WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's going on? It's your girl, Desi. You tuned into The Source, and I'm guest starring for Andrea Lawful Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, it's my final day with you guys. And I must say, I have really enjoyed this listening audience. You guys have really been a thrill to serve. And so I thank you for my time at WURD. And I hope to go out with a bang today. We're going to have a really, really good conversation. We're going to talk about love and relationships today. So if you've been with me all week, you know that we started out with If I Knew Then What I Knew Now. We were talking about financially, if I knew then what I know now, relationship-wise, if I knew then what I know now, educationally, and really hit on some good key points. Talked to Craig Saunders on Monday, and he was a joy to have. So thank you so much, Mr. Saunders, for being with me. Make sure you guys follow him. He has a lot of great stuff going on, and he's a DJ. Woo! And then yesterday, not yesterday, but on Tuesday, we did Where is the Church? And that was a hot one. We really got that heated up. Had some amazing guests on that day. Pastor G. Lamar Stewart, Dr. Clarence E. Wright, and Pastor Edward Buster Fields. And then I chose those guests because they were people who are actually in the community doing non-traditional things and getting it done in the street. So people have no way. You can ask a whole lot of pastors. You can say, where is the church? But those pastors I picked specifically because they were getting it done. And today, love and relationships. So if you notice, you guys, I don't know if y'all got used to the house, but I'm on vacation with my kids. Yeah, we left yesterday. And so I'm here, and I summoned the kids to get out of the hotel room for a bit so that I could do this with you guys. But yeah, I'm committed to this call. I'm committed to doing this for you guys. And like I said, I've really enjoyed my audience so far. So hopefully I look revived. I dressed up a little bit for y'all today, huh? Had to give y'all a little something, Kurt, I know mother gives it to y'all, so I wanted to give it to y'all on my last day. I wanted to go out with a bang, one of my favorite colors, some teal blue. And then last night I got a henna. Shout out to my henna artist. I loved it. And I heard I was saying to her, I said henna, and she was like henna. And so now I'm gonna say henna, honey, because I want to say it right. 2 N's in there, okay? So yeah, I got my head up. And apparently it means peace. All right. So yeah, positive vibes only, peace, love, and joy. Shout out to those amazing people who have made my week complete. You guys see by now that I love shouting out folks who call in. And don't forget, if you want to call, you know how I started off. I started off with my hellos, baby. I started off with setting the tone, getting getting the atmosphere ready for us to go completely in. And so if you want to call and start the hellos, it's 215-634-8065. That's 215-634-8065. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Doc and Maurice. Zaire. Shout out to Cliff. Both Tyrones. Tyrone and Tyrone. All right. Shout out to Prince. Shout out to Diane. Shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to George and Joe. And Ms. Viola. She's my special. I think I got a special. And then to Brother X. And then to Hamilton. Those are the people who I've talked to throughout the week. And Cliff. I forgot Cliff. Cliff called from Connecticut yesterday. So yeah, had somebody call from afar. So yeah, shout out to those who have called in so far. And remember, if you want to just dive in and just say your hellos, I like to set the stage, get the atmosphere ready so that not only you, but I feel welcomed as well, so I can, feel like I'm ready to get in this thing. Today's guest is going to be Dr. Marquita Williams. Dr. Marquita Williams is I'm talking about like an amazing person. And then she's somebody I can call friend. I love the fact that the guests who I've had so far, I can call them friend, and that means a lot. I was able to call on them to come help me out with the show, right? But in addition to that, if I just am having a bad day, if I'm just, I just need somebody to talk to, baby, I can call them too. And so shout out to people who are real friends. Shout out to day ones. Let me give a round of applause to day ones. Shout out to people who have had a day one, who have experienced a day one. What's a day one, Desi? So glad you asked. Shout out to those people who time nor space nor, situation can ever remove them from your life. You may not talk to them every day, right? But when you do talk to them, you pick up right where you left off because the relationship is solid. It doesn't need to be reaffirmed every time y'all get back together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about platonic. I'm talking about friendships. You know what I mean? Those day ones are people, and let's get this clear. So this ain't no Facebook friend. Huh? This ain't no social media friend. Day one, y'all rode big wheels together. Y'all know that popsicle that came in the middle a little bit, looked like a number 8, and you break it, honey, and you share it with your bestie. That's what I'm talking about. Day ones. I'm talking about. Y'all remember when you used to? Now, I don't know if I'm. Let me think about this. About no, I'm not dating myself. Blood sisters. I know it wasn't blood brothers. Y'all wasn't going around sticking each other and squeezing the blood. That was dumb. And the first thing we did, look, the first thing we did, put it right here. Couldn't get away with that now in this pandemic. Hello. But I'm talking about those friends. I'm talking about you go get a bag of chips, they get a bag of chips. You get a hug, they get a hug. All right. So shout out to day ones. Directly correlates with our conversation today because from what I'm hearing, you're supposed to fall in love with your best friend, and then you and your best friend transition into this beautiful love thing. But yeah, it's not going like that in these streets. Today, we're getting down and dirty in relationships. We are talking about everything. First thing we're going to talk about is the state of dating. We are going to get into what it is like, and I'm talking about for all ages. We don't want to stay in any age range. And so I do remember that I had a couple of folks that disclosed to me when they were calling that they were in their 60s and 70s. I want to know, if you're unmarried, I want to know what that's like. Like, I want to know what is really going on out here, all right? I need y'all to make sure that you keep me posted because I have a lot to learn from you. And hopefully, you know, you're getting a little bit from me too, a couple of nuggets. So we'll start off with Dr. Marquita Combs. We'll start off with the state of dating. This is generally the state of dating. And then in the second hour, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into big love. What's big love? So y'all know I go by the big girl, your big girl, Desi, and reminded you guys it's not about a size. It's about a state of being, right? Big, beautiful, intelligent, and gifted. And that's why I call myself the big girl. And so we're going to talk about big love. We're going to talk about if size matters. You know what I mean? Is there still this thing where, I'll talk about women specifically, like a woman has to be a certain size, or do you think that people have gotten over that thing? You know what I mean? Do you think people are like, you know what? We're not looking for a certain size woman. That Barbie doll mentality is out of here. You know, it's not about the size, it's about the heart. But yeah, we're going to talk about dating plus size men and plus size women. And if you're a plus size man or woman, you most definitely need to chime into the conversation and talk about your experience, all right? And then in the third and final hour, we're going to talk about I give up. We're going to talk about I give up on love. We're going to have the discussion that folks have been like, you know what, it's different out here. People, honestly, you know what I mean, are in more situationships than relationships. Oh, I'm a pause. In situationships more so than relationships. What's a situationship? A situationship is, you know, whether there's cohabitation or whatever's going on in the relationship because there's something that the both of you need. It's equal benefit. So if it's housing, or if it's a financial thing, or you know what I'm saying? But it's a situation. And most people label it's complicated. You know what I mean? That's that thing that kind of falls under it's complicated. Do you love them? You know what I mean? It's that slight like, I do, but, and it's a necessity involved. Like something is being tied up between the both of y'all where y'all can't let each other go. Baby, that's a situationship, okay? We ain't even, hopefully, y'all, I don't know. We might fall into a conversation about entanglements, bondage and carrying on. We might fall into that once the doc gets on. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. And yeah, and anybody who's listening that is like, Desi, I'm going to be real with you. I totally give up on love. I'm done with this thing. I'm over it. I love singleness. I don't want to be with anybody. Listen, it's me, myself, and I, and we are doing just fine. Listen, send your hellos now. 215-634-8065. Before we get started, 215-634-8065. 8065 if you want to call in. I want to hear from some of my look, do I have the right to call in regulars? Do I have the right to call in here for 3 days? Calling folks regulars. But you guys, anybody who wants to call in now before we get started, shout out to Tyrone, both of my Tyrones again, and George and Joe, Viola, Brother X, Maurice, Hamilton, Prince. I hear from you. I've heard from you every time. Dwayne, Diane, Maurice, Zaire, and Cliff, and Doc and Rod. Make sure that you guys chime in today into the conversation. So what are some of the reasons why people are like, yeah, I'm good on the relationship thing? Before the doc comes, I want to take the time to go over, so you guys know by now, I love lists, right? And so I love to get lists from Huffington Post. I love to get lists from different sources that kind of just give reasons why, because they're debatable. That's why I love lists. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, no, that's not true, or that's actually true. So that's why I've always started out with lists. So we're going to start with our list today. And so the reason why people are choosing not to be in relationships, that's the list we're doing. The reason why people are choosing not to be in relationships right now. So the first one says past hurt. Who can't identify with this, right? Who can't identify with this? Past hurt. And some people have experienced hurt to such a deep level that it feels like the point of no return. It feels like, I don't think I'm ever gonna, ever do this again. Emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse, all types of things have gone on in relationships where people are like, I really sincerely give up and I don't think I want to do this anymore. Another reason why people are opting out of relationships, the need to be selfish now. What does that mean? So for some people, they've never been alone. So it was like they went from parents' house into committed relationship. The move-in situation was official, from out of that relationship into another relationship where they lived in. You know what I mean? It is just this cyclical, this continuous cycle of living with other people and have never lived alone. And some people opt out of relationships right now because they're like, you know what? I've never been alone. I want to experience aloneness. I particularly feel like everyone should live alone before they try to live with somebody else. That's just my personal opinion. It's not the views of probably you that are listening or you are deep, but that's my personal opinion. I feel like you should to thine own self be true first, you know what I mean, before you have to answer to and get in the groove of, and you know what I'm saying. So personal opinion. So yeah, another reason why people opt out of relationships are fear of commitment. My. Yeah, all my cousins, everybody, all my boy cousins, ain't no boys, all my male cousins, yeah. Fear of commitment. This is a huge one. I don't want to have to be asking to do anything. I don't want nobody telling me. I don't want to have to split my money. I don't want to have to, because when it's a real commitment, you know what I mean? Especially when it's a God commitment, you're getting your directive straight from God. That's number one. And then what you do is you know what I mean? You give and you take. You compromise. This is what I hear. I've been in relationships, but I've never been married yet. Do I want to be? Yes. Can I wait? I cannot wait. Am I excited? Yes. But it has not happened as of yet. And why? Why, Asky? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you something. So a standard is a lonely place. I'm a pause. I wish I had a beverage because I would sip. A standard is a lonely place out here in these streets. And let me let you know, the terrain is getting rough out here. I'm gonna say that the terrain is rough, but I still believe, and I'm seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. There's a call on line one. Sister Carol, what's up?
Hi, I'm a proud word member. First of all, I'm 64 years old. I've been married twice, divorced twice. I was one of the women that thought I had to have a man. Well, the second husband, he left, went around the corner, started sleeping with the one, whatever. It took me took me 2 years. I sat there heartbroken, and then one day it was like a light went on. I looked around. You know what? This ain't half bad. And I've been celibate everything, and I think I had a self-esteem problem. But child, I think I'm worth my weight in gold. This I know now. I didn't know it then. And I'm so happy with me, myself, and I.
Wow.
And my friends ask me, they say, well, do you think that you'll ever, get in a relationship again? And they think that I'm, like, playing, but I'm very, very serious.
Yeah.
When I say, well, first of all, he has to be a devout Christian. Mm-hmm. Second of all, he has to have good gossip money and think I'm just the cutest thing inside of heaven. And they talk about, I'm serious, and so am I, because I'm good with me now. I am so good with me. I'm not even trying to look. I mean, they say he that finds a good one. I'm not looking for no man. I'm good with me.
I know that's right.
Ladies,
I love it. I love your energy. I love what you said. You are on point, and you're in the right place. And that's when somebody finds you when you're in that space.
Hey, I'm good, and I want you to continue on. Let them know, ladies, you worth your weight in gold.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, my sister.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Sister Carol dropping them gems, dropping that knowledge. Ladies, you heard her. You are worth your weight in gold. Fearfully and wonderfully made. And brothers, you are kings, honey. Continue to walk in your kingship. I always encourage my brothers to walk in your kingship. Let me tell you something about purpose. Purpose is sexy. When you know who you are and why you were created, pause. I'm a pause. I wish I had a beverage. When you know who you are and why you were created, that is makes you exude confidence from the door. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like meeting a person that is currently walking in their purpose and unapologetic about why God created them. You know what I'm saying? And doing the work on themselves daily. Because then when you do bump into somebody, you are prepared. You know what I'm saying? You're properly prepared for whatever happens, honey. And you ain't got to live in the what ifs, okay? Because you got it set and you ready to go. You got it set and you are ready to go. I don't do that little, we gonna just let the boat float and see what happens later for that. I'm good and grown. You understand me? All right, y'all, it's your girl Desi, and I'm here. Excited to be here. Today we're talking love and relationships. On the source, we are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stand with WURD, the only Black-owned talk radio station in Pennsylvania. Did you know that you can join the 4WURD movement and amplify voices that the Black community, as well as become a digital member for as low as $5 a month? That's $5 a month. Visit WURDradio.com or call 215-425-7875. We need you to show your support. Join or renew your 4WURD membership today.
In Pennsylvania, it's now illegal to sell tobacco products, including cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, vapes, or electronic cigarettes to anyone under 21. Stores can get fined up to $1,000 for selling tobacco to someone who is underage. Know the law. Check IDs. Post your retailer license. Make sure only employees have access to tobacco products and only sell tobacco products to customers aged 21 and older. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Enterprise Exterminators, located at 4943 Wayne Avenue, has been in business since 1976 and can eliminate whatever pest problems you have. Enterprise specializes in bed bugs, lanternflies, and termites. Call for your free termite inspection today. Do-it-yourself kits are available. Enterprise Exterminators, servicing Philadelphia, Delaware, and New Jersey. Call now, 215-849-7070. Ask us about the WURD and senior discounts.
Join WURD for the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. This year, we celebrate West Oak Lane, Mantua, North, West, and South Philly. I'm Tiffany Bacon. I'll broadcast live from a different neighborhood each Friday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon. Our next and final stop is West Oak Lane at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. Win concert tickets, meet special guests, and stand with WURD. Be a part of the movement to amplify the voice of the Black community. Come show your support and join or renew your 4WURD membership on site. That's the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour at the West Oak Lane Senior Center from 10 a.m. until 12 noon on Friday, August 20th. WURD, showing love this summer.
The WURD Radio Neighborhood Love Tour is sponsored by Comcast and supported by Pico, Keystone First, and Ready Set Philly.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio,
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's going on? It's your girl, Desi. Guest starring for Andrea Lawful Sanders. You are tuned into The Source, and I'm having a good time with you guys. It's my final day with you, and like I told you, I am on vacation with my kids, honey. We're away, but I dare not miss this opportunity because I am falling in love with the listeners of WURD. All right, I got somebody holding. I got Derek on the line. What's up, Derek?
Love, peace, blessing, and prosperity. That's what's up.
That's what's up. What's going on today?
You're talking about my favorite subject, love.
Oh,
and
good.
I thought you said something that was really boss too. When you said when you know your purpose, you walk in your purpose. You
Yes.
know you're supreme. And I agree with that 100% because I feel, you know, there was the poet Bobby Womack, the singer, said, everybody wants love, but everybody's afraid of love. He said that's the way I feel about you. So I think when you feel love for somebody, I mean, love like that's a purpose that you want to share that with somebody to the fullest. There's nothing that would stop that commitment. Anything in between that is something else. And for me, I would say too, you don't have to be a Christian. You just have to be of God, because God is love. And so we know through the theology and many teachings, you know, religions came up, but you know, God created everyone, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So so you don't have to be a Christian for me. You just have to be of God, and God is love. And if you happen to be a Christian or you're a Muslim or whatever you are, then love will just make you better when it's combined. When you have someone else to share it with, that God, that love. That's my favorite subject.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situationship?
Yes.
Tell me about your situationship. How'd you get out?
I'm not quite out yet. But I'm in a situation.
Well, be quiet. Don't say it out loud.
I'm keeping it 100. You know, I'm keeping it 100. So I got to think that that goes both ways, though. So, you know, it's real for me, just like it's real with the person that I'm in a situation with. And so if it's not love, then it's something else. But that's what I'm about. I can speak for myself.
Yeah. And it's real out here. Like this is really going on. This is really, really going on, Derek. And I appreciate your appreciate your transparency, because it's real, and you're not the only one.
The truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free.
That's how. If you're gonna be about love, first of all, you have to be free.
I'm on. I love it, Derek. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek started off the phone calls keeping it absolutely 100% real and opened the door so that my fave can walk in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to be blessed by the best. I am so excited. Again, not only is this person amazing, an amazing therapist, she's my friend. And there's not many people in the world that I can actually call friend. She's going to drop some gems. She will be in here momentarily. Dr. Marquita Williams. But again, thank you, Derek. Thank you for keeping it 100 about situationships, because people are really in the situationships now. Hey, beautiful. There she is. She's connecting, bringing all of her fabulousness. Hi, Hugbug.
How are you?
Amazing. So just got finished telling the people that in addition to you being an amazing person, an amazing therapist, Dr. Marquita Williams, you are my friend. And not just an idiot friend. This is my good girlfriend. So this conversation is going to be mighty, honey.
Yes.
I told them we're talking about love and relationships today, and I'll let you guys in on a tad bit of a secret. We go by the name of vanilla and chocolate. Huh?
I would be chocolate.
Look, it'd be crazy if it was the other way around, right? But in addition to being beautiful, curvy women, we know who we are, you know, and we go on the journey together of learning who we are, and it's not always easy. But we are there to continuously pick each other up. We're there to sharpen each other's iron, and that's cool. If you got that friend that's just, you know what I'm saying, they talking about stuff, but ain't nobody saying, well, boo, you could have done this better. You need a friend. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, she brought shoulders today. You giving shoulders?
She giving shoulder, honey. Just a little peekaboo of the shoulder, not the full thing. You don't want to do too much, you know.
That's right. So I'm giving collar and she's giving shoulder.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So do me a favor, just introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are, and then we'll get started.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy to be with you. I am Dr. Marquita Williams. I am a psychologist. I have worn many hats. In the love and relationship space, I have been a professor for marriage and family therapy at Temple University for many years. I have had a private practice, several private practices, one in Center City where I only saw couples and we talked about dating, intimacy, marriage, communication, trust. And then I left there. I was a part of a practice there for several years. And then I said, I can do this by myself. So I opened up my own practice. And again, I saw couples and families because I really believe that sometimes the road gets a little bit rocky, but if you can just have somebody to help you communicate, have you reconnect, stay engaged, you can get that relationship back on track and make it better than ever. So I have been doing this for over 20 years. I know it don't seem like it. I'm just 25 myself.
Right.
Yes, but all my work is about helping people to love ourselves and other people in the best way possible. So I'm happy to be here to talk about it with my good girlfriend.
Good. Well, listen, listeners, I'm warning you. I'm going to give you a warning and an encouragement. I'll start with the encouragement. I encourage you guys to call in. I want you to feel free to be a part of this conversation. So even though, we could bust it up together and just get it done, honey, we want to hear from you and we want your questions. If you really, you hear something we're talking about and you're like, well, nah, I need to question that, or I want to debate that a little bit. This is the forum and you are welcome. Let me give you the number now, honey.
Let me write it down.
It's 215-634-8065. Once again, that's 215-634-8065. All right. So you are more than welcome to chime in. And then, so here's the warning. We finna get down and we finna talk, honey.
Listen, it's serious when you go finna. That's country. That means it's going down.
It's going down.
Finna.
Finna. We finna. And we're going to converse. Shout out to the people who know that it's converse and not conversate. Love you. Okay, so we are. First of all, shout out again to Derek. He called and I just got off the phone with Derek. And Derek said, you know what? I was asking him, I said, have you ever been in a situationship? Derek kept it 100. He said, you know what? I'm in one right now. He said, I'm not quite free from it. He said, it is what it is. He said, but he's to thine own self be true. He knows that he's in that situation. And you know what? I don't have a problem with him knowing that. Here's where I get mad.
I got a question. How did he define situationship?
He didn't define it. You know what?
That's what I wonder. Like, how are people defining situationship?
That's true, because it's different for everybody. That's true. Well, if I had to guess, there's probably a little living, that's going on. You know what I mean? A little living, with my little 15 and your little 15 is 30. You know what I mean? It's probably, if I had to assume. But very clear. But I applaud the fact that he's like, I'm okay with this. This is where I am. Here's what I don't like. I don't like when you meet somebody and they don't say it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They let you bump up on the situationship. Like, wait a minute, hold please. Like, this is something you should disclose at hello.
Immediately. Right.
Immediately.
Yes.
We got to call her. Terica's on the line. What's up, Terica? Hello.
Hi, Terica. Marquita Williams, it's so good to hear your voice again.
Terica!
I love you.
I know exactly who you are.
So I just wanted to chime in. I did want to talk about the topic, but I'm still at work, so I just wanted to chime in and say I love you, Dr. Marquita. I'm so happy to hear your voice. It's been so years since I saw or heard you. And I just wanted to say, Ms. B, I love you next to Jesus, and I'm about to clock out, so maybe I can call back in and get into the girl talk for real.
Oh, we would love for you to get into the girl talk. I love you back. It's great to hear your voice.
Let me pay homage to Erica. Terica. Let me tell y'all about this one here. That's a real one. Terica is a real one. You talk about another person that hits the streets, getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Really has a genuine and deep love for community. Terica, you are top notch, and we love you, and you love us, and it's a whole love thing going on.
Hey, she's out of you next to Jesus, honey. That's love.
Look at God working. Look how he got me connected to both of y'all, and they don't even know that y'all connected together.
Yes. Yeah.
Great, but I'm going to let you go because, Miss B, I love you, baby. I love what you're doing, and the people need to hear your word, and I got to get back to work before I don't have to work.
Uh-oh.
So
Thank you.
I love y'all. Bye.
All right, love you. See, we set the stage.
That's a great way to set it off.
Yes. We set the stage for positive energy. So, once again, if you're listening and you want to chime in, whether it's a hello or whether it's a jump into the convo, it's 215-634-8065. Again, it's 215-634-8065. So, to start the conversation off, and you are familiar with this because we've done this at Soul Chat, I like to just set the stage with the state of dating. We continue to have it, and I feel like we're going to say the same thing we said in 2019, but so be it. So be it.
Yes.
In your opinion, what is the current state of dating 2021?
You know what? I think it may be, I think it's the same, but I think I have another word for it.
Okay.
You know, usually when I talk about the state of dating, I talk about it being out of alignment, but I think the state of dating is broken. Because people are broken. And we have so much headache and heartache and discontent that us as broken people are connecting with broken people, and this whole dating thing is just out of whack. It's completely broken.
So from the online to the face to face, it's
from the online to the meet you in the car at the red light to the see you in the grocery store to the meet you at the church house. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. Yeah,
you know, it's so interesting that you said that. So I talked about you a little bit on, I think it was Monday, in regard to the online thing, and I told them how I was like, no, it's not for me. I don't like it, and I told them that you've always told me try it. It's not what you think, but it's sad because more people are having success that way.
Yes.
Then they are meeting people organically in that market at that stoplight.
Yes. It's a filter. It's a filter. You have to filter through. I think sometimes when you meet somebody in person, for whatever reason, people think that's easier, and you know, it's more authentic, and you're gonna get more of the real from the person. So we may not filter as much online. You know, people can be a whole other person living in a whole other country. So your filters are up a little bit higher, and you do a bit more filtering. But I think online is a great way to meet people because some of the people that you would never come in contact with, you can all meet up online. I met some great people online. Great people. Now I ain't married, so they might not have been that great, but I've had some good times. You know,
I ain't got nothing on this hair but henna. I ain't got nothing on my left hair but henna.
But Jesus is a believer.
Baby, let me tell you something. He is doing some things, mother. He's doing something.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
Do you believe in love, y'all? If you're listening and you're like, I don't think dating is broken, or if you agree that it's broken, I want to hear from you. 215-634-8065, 215-634-8065. So first of all, I agree. I agree that dating and people are broken, but it's weird because I like to do studies. I like to look up lists on Huffington Post, and then I like to kind of look up things in regard to topic. And so according to them, 2021 and the end of 2020 was the huge the uptick in relationships.
Yes.
The uptick in dating and that's like in the middle of a pandemic.
That's the best time. We were all home, sitting in front of our Zooms, sitting in front of our Microsoft Teams, sitting in front of Match.com and all of these other online portals, getting to know people. You have all the time in the world. A lot of times people are like, oh, I can't date. I'm too busy. My work, my this, my family. 2020, 2021, we was all sitting right here with nothing to do but take a bit more time and get to know people. I had some great online dates during the pandemic.
Online dates. So now, somebody listen. Say, now wait a minute. Y'all log on. You got your little cheese and crackers and fruit, yeah.
Yes.
They got their little cheese and crackers and fruit, little wine. And
absolutely. Yes.
It's really like that.
It's like that. You know what? So, once you meet somebody and you had the initial conversations and you say, you know what, let's do a Zoom date. You come, just like this. Had right now I got a little bottle of water, but a couple times it was a little glass of something, little wine, little something, and just have a conversation. But other times we cook together. So he's at his house on the Zoom. I'm at my house on the Zoom. We cook the same thing. Okay, one night I'm gonna fry some chicken. So, I taught him how to fry some chicken on the Zoom. It was great. We laughed, we talked. Yeah.
Wow.
You just have to be creative.
So that's what I'm saying. It's so creative and I never
would think about that. 2021. Yes.
That's something else. Okay, now what about y'all? Because I got to wait a minute, y'all.
Here we go.
We serve all this.
Here we go.
We serve all this.
Oh, absolutely.
And then person X was like, well, let me see you. Do a little spin round. You do a little spin around, or how does it transition? Or that's for the meeting?
Well, no, the spin around is important on both sides. And so usually...
Let me clarify for the people. So we're not talking about X-rated spin round. Like, we talk about, let me see if you are, you know what I'm saying?
Who you have represented yourself to be on your photos. Because a lot of times people's photos are from years ago or, maybe only from the neck up and you don't get a sense to see, the full sense of physicality, compatibility, physical attraction, and emotional attraction, all of that is important, spiritual, intellectual. And so usually what happens is people will move from the seated position, particularly if you're cooking. If you're cooking, you're going to put your phone up on a stand so people see you moving around. You see people outside, they're getting in and out of their cars. So you get a sense of just the whole person.
All right. It's real, y'all, and it's happening. It has taken us into our commercial break. This is going to be easy today. I see this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the year for Founders Day. WURD Radio will acknowledge 5 members of the community who represent the ideals, mission, and character of the founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. The 2021 WURD Founders Day Community Impact and Award recipients are Mazzy Cashier, Stephen Pickens of Philly Truce, Veronica Hill Milborn of Spectrum Health Services, Lane Shea, I hope I say it right, Lane Shea Miller White, Carlo Campbell, and Walter DeShields of the Theater in the X, Pastor Alan E. Waller of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, and WURD's own Kwasa Mathis. Join on Founders Day, Thursday, August 26th, when we honor the awardees during the Walter P. Lomax MD street naming ceremony at 11 a.m. WURD Radio is proud to support and acknowledge those who work tirelessly to uplift our community. Congratulations to all of the 2021 WURD Founders Day Community Impact Award recipients. Congratulations.
Hey, WURD family, did you hear? It's official. The Colorectal Cancer Alliance just announced the new age for colon cancer screenings has been officially lowered to age 45 for everyone. If you are 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Go to wordradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner to register for your free at-home screening test. Did you know colon cancer is largely preventable with on-time screening? And there's a 90% survival rate when caught early. African Americans are 20% more likely to get colon cancer and about 40% more likely to die from it than most other groups. So for the next 3 months, you can go to wordradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner for your free at-home screening test. A screening navigator will contact you to ask a few questions and help you get screened. It's that simple. Again, just go to wordradio.com, click on the Go to Know banner, and fill out the form to request your free at-home screening test. Go to Know today.
Hope Partnership Middle School offers a quality, subsidized independent school education to students and families in North Philadelphia. Located at 2601 North 11th Street, Hope offers small class sizes, personalized learning, a research-based curriculum, dedicated teachers, and a graduate support program, which supports students through high school graduation. They are currently accepting applications for 5th to 7th grade students for September. For more information, please contact them at info@hope-partnership.org.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Want the latest in Word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. The shop tab on wordradio.com. Show the world that you're all about black. Talk Media.
You're listening to The Source
On WURD Radio.
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's going on? It's your girl, Desi. You are tuned into The Source, and I'm your guest host. I am guest hosting for Andrea Lawful Sanders. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm having a great time. Shout out to the folks who were watching via Facebook Live yesterday. Got a chance, once I got off, to go and look at some of the comments, and apparently, y'all are loving you, girl. So It's been my pleasure to serve you. And this is my last day. Again, I'm away with my children on a vacation, but yeah, I am excited to be with you. We can party after this party.
How could they not? You are awesome. Awesome.
You guys are wondering who that voice is. It is the one and the only Dr. Marquita Williams, my good girlfriend. And we are talking about, I saved this all the way until my last day. We're talking about love and relationships, something that two callers already have said is near and dear to their heart, Sister Carol and to Derek, and then shout out again to Terica. If you want to jump into the conversation at any time, please feel free to call 215-634-8065. Again, that's 215-634-8065. So we're jumping right back in. You know, Dr. Marquita, Sister Carol, she said she was married and divorced twice already. She's in her, I think she said she's in her 60s. And she said she is loving the thing. And she said she's clear about if she moves into a relationship next. She said the man got to have goo gobs of money.
I ain't mad at you, Sister Carol.
You know what I'm saying? We say, as culturally, we say stuff and never define it, but we just know what it means.
Goo gobs, honey. Everybody know what that means.
How much is a goo gob?
You know what, though? I'm glad that she said if she gets married again. You asked a question earlier when you said, like, do you still believe in love? And, we started talking a little bit about the state of dating being broken. I think, though, that there are still pockets of people like me, like you, who believe in love, who are doing the work on ourselves to be that which we want to attract. So, Sister Carol, listen. Keep hope alive. Keep the door open, because people get married all around us every day.
That's right.
50, 60, 70, 80.
You mentioned something that came up, on Monday when I was talking to Craig Saunders, and I was saying, while I'm waiting, I'm being who I require.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. A lot of people have these requirements. You know what I'm saying? They want you to come with all this stuff. And I'm like, well, baby, where your growth? You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna fix you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So can you speak to that a little bit?
You just said a mouthful. A lot of times we have these lists, like as women particularly, it's always, I want this, I got to create this list and sleep with it under my pillow and pray on it to God that the man is, 6'5" and, financially secure, can buy me 3-4 houses and a Mercedes in each garage. And, he's smart and he's, this, that, everything that we feel that we have been taught that we should have in a partner, right? But the thing that we don't realize is when that man shows up, he's going to be requiring of us as well, right? So what have you done? How have you worked on yourself spiritually? How have you worked on yourself intellectually? How have you worked on yourself emotionally, right? Can you communicate to the level that would create a successful relationship with this fantasy partner that you have created, right? So, I mean, on one hand, it's no such thing as this fantasy partner, right? Because I think a lot of times we come up with this list, but we don't even allow the space. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having non-negotiables, right? So I want somebody who is Christian, or I want somebody, who has a certain level of career attainment, right? Because there's some things that I want to be able to do and build with my partner.
That's right.
But a lot of times some of the physicality, they got to be 6'4", you know, they got to be, you know, light skin or whatever the case may be, excludes us from really bringing people closer to us who have the character, the integrity, the value system that's going to make that great partner. So it's two pieces of that. It's really examining what this list is and what's critical to you having a successful relationship, and then doing the work on yourself. So once you attract that person, y'all can hit the ground and keep it moving.
Let me confess, I used to have the list, and you know this.
We all did. We all did.
And it shocked the crap out of me when I started bending on the list. But like you said, the older you get, you bump your head enough times, and you can be like, you know what? Send this list to a hot place. Burn this.
So in my case, right, I had a list. And everybody on that list was full of foolishness.
My goodness.
Full of foolishness.
Ooh, wow.
And I said, oh, wait a minute. I got to, you know, move some of these things around and get deeper into the substance of the man, the character of the man.
That's
and once you do that, you know, it's just a matter of who's most compatible.
Yes, yes. It opens the doors for so much love. Yeah. So if you're listening and you're like, yeah, I agree with that first statement. Dating is broken. You don't have to continue to breed that broken person.
Yes.
You can grow. You can change. You can usher in positivity. You know what I'm saying? You can usher in. One thing that I love about you, Dr. Marquita, is that you always say it's happening. You always speak birthing language, right?
Yes.
We speak language of purpose. We speak language of, before you got on, I talked about how purpose is sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ooh, it's something about a man who knows who he is and what God assigned him to do.
Amen.
And is walking in that thing, but has the willingness to say, I'm willing to fit you in to the purpose. And then we work together to kind of do this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Make space. Make space. I was just having this conversation the other day because, you know, I had been talking to a gentleman and I said, you know, when we met, he was talking about partnership, right? And partnership means that you are willing to make space, right? Because you recognize that there has to be two for us to become get on one accord.
That's right.
But what I have found was in our interactions, he was still single in the relationship, talking partnership. And I said, listen, I take up a lot of space, right? I take up a lot of space intellectually. I take up a lot of space emotionally. I take up a lot of space socially. So you are going to have to figure out if you are ready to make the space to create the partnership, or if you want to keep yourself encapsulated behind your walls that we build up and be single, not in a relationship with me, but in relation to other people. Talking partnership.
Let me tell you one thing, okay? Pause. I've been pausing all week. Pause. When I tell you it is imperative to make room, when you have old habits, and some folk have been out of relationship for a long time, and I get it. And it's like, this is who I've been, and this is what I've been doing. But when you meet somebody that makes sense for your life, and you see that this is going to be this could be a viable situation, valuable and valuable, it behooves us to begin to make that space. And listen, when you grown, every L is a capital L for a lesson. It just stands for lesson, and you keep it moving and you keep it going. We're juicing up the conversation. They ready for us. Friendly Fred is on the line. Here's a new one. Friendly Fred, what's up?
Ladies, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I just want to, when sister talk about love, let me explain it this way. First of all, as the brother said, God is love and is our Heavenly Father. And he's saying, come, my children, and learn about love, right? And the light of love is the sun. And the morning light is the sun. And the flame of love is the sun, which is God's righteous light. And even relationships, you have to keep the light of love burning in the relationships. Because if the flame go out, and then you have to keep the flame burning.
Yes. Yes. Can I ask you a question, Friendly Fred?
Sure.
And I love your name. I love that you're friendly. I appreciate you being a friend.
Thank you.
Are you currently in a relationship?
No, I didn't understand relationships at the time when I was growing up.
That's honest.
Because I was like, you know how our youth and everything. All I used to think about is having sex and stuff like that there. And everything, but the good Lord taught me another way, and I'm single now.
Yeah.
You know, I had children and everything, you know, but it was just life lessons that I had to learn.
Yeah. No, I'm going to tell you the reason why I asked, because I was going to ask for some tips. You said you got to keep the light of love burning. I want to know how to keep the light burning.
Had to keep the love her.
Well, you can't answer the free bird because you ain't in no relationship. Like, get on
But
out
you
of
know
here.
what?
Now, can I say
I'm
one more
so
thing?
encouraged, Fred, though, that you said I had to learn some lessons.
Yes.
Because I knew what I didn't know, and I needed to learn some lessons before I got into a relationship. That is critical. Because so many people jump into relationship, not taking the time to learn the lessons and to grow.
Right.
And know that there's some things that you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Fred, you can say something else. Take us into our commercial break. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying, I just wish I was taught, but I'm taught now, and like I said, I'm single now. I'm not even searching for nobody enough like that, dear, enough because the good Lord knows what is best for me.
Amen.
And I just let him work on me and let him teach me all the things he would have me to learn so I can live out my purpose and my, in life and stuff like that, dear, because I guess, it's just he's working on me right now.
That's good.
That's
It ain't nothing wrong
awesome.
with being under construction.
Yes, and
we
can
encourage
I
you,
say
Fred.
one more thing? And I speak in the language of love and understanding and righteousness.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, keep speaking that language. Thank you
Thank
so much for being
you.
a faithful listener to WURD. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in a wonderful conversation. You can jump in after this commercial break, 215-634-8065. You're tuned into The Source with your girl, Desi, on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stay close.
What's up, Philly? It's Sincerely Sarita. With so much uncertainty surrounding the upcoming school year, now is the time to take charge of your child's education and give them the tools to make learning fun and safe. Check out Commonwealth Charter Academy, which can make a difference in your child's life. Commonwealth Charter Academy, or CCA, is a K-12 public cyber charter school with nearly 20 years of experience providing a flexible, stable, online education in the comfort of your home. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me. Your child will receive 1, a world-class accredited education streamed directly into your home at no cost to you. 2, a laptop, headphones, assistance with accessing the internet and learning materials, all provided at no cost to you. 3, a safe learning environment with no bullying or security concerns. Join the nearly 2,500 students from Philly who already attend CCA. The school year begins September 8th. Enroll now at ccaeducate.me.
Hello, Philadelphia. Switching to Geico is a good idea, especially when you consider everything.
First off, Geico makes it easy to switch, and you can contact your local agent for personalized assistance.
But if it's so easy, you might start thinking everything is easy, even big wave surfing. And it's not. It's actually quite difficult.
Well, if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds on car insurance. And you could keep saving by bundling your motorcycle, boat, and RV, plus your home or renter's insurance.
But saving money might lead you to make some questionable purchases, like a 20-foot feather boa. And do you know how hard it is to clean a 20-foot feather boa?
Well, they do have an industry-leading mobile app you can use to pay your bill, file and manage a claim, or add a new driver.
But when life gets a little easier, it makes you too confident, and you start calling everyone Ace. And you're better than that.
Well, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating and has been saving people money for 85 years. It's hard to beat that.
But you're right.
Switch to Geico. It's obviously a good idea.
Join me, Solomon Jones, Man Up PHL, and WURD Radio on Thursday, August 19th at City Hall to take action against gun violence, mentor young men, help with social media or social work, do community outreach, or recruit for our paid mentoring program, Listening to the Streets. That's Thursday, August 19th, 6 p.m. at City Hall's courtyard. Man up to stop gun violence. For more information, go to wordradio.com.
The Black Words Book Club. Word Radio's conversation on books that explore the African American experience through social, economic, and environmental justice issues. Tune in the second Tuesday of every month on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. The Black Words book for September is Race Against Time, The Politics of a Darkening America by Keith Boykin. Be sure to listen live, as Nick Taliaferro will hold a contest for a giveaway book bundle that consists of 4 titles from Kensington's Defina's Authors of Color's newest release. Voice. Don't miss it. Tuesday, September 14th on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro. Attention for Word members. Get your copy and receive a 20% discount when you purchase at Harriet's Bookstore or Hakeem's Bookstore. For more information on the Black Words Book Club, visit wordradio.com. The Black Words Book Club is sponsored by Defina. Defina is an imprint of Kensington Publishing Corporation, America's independent publisher, concentrating on authors of color. Stand with WURD Radio,
the only black-owned talk radio station in Pennsylvania.
Did you know you can join the 4WURD movement and amplify voices of the black community as a digital member for as low as $5 per month? Visit membership at wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875. We need you. Show your support. Start or renew your 4WURD membership today.
Lifting every voice till earth and heaven ring. This is WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Philadelphia. Black Talk Media.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio,
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? You are tuned into The Source. I'm your girl, Desi, guest starring for Andrea Lawful Sanders. Having an amazing time. The first hour has blown by. Like, when you have good family, good friends, good company, and some good listeners that are calling in, giving some good nuggets, it makes it easy. So I encourage you guys to keep calling in. The topic for today is love and relationships. 215-634-8065. Once again, 215-634-8065. So here's what we've talked about so far. We've been talking about in the first hour the state of dating. We concur that the state of dating is broken. People, are broken. We even have our own, areas of brokenness, and everybody's healing through something. But societally and collectively, people are really struggling through relationships. But yet in that brokenness in the last year, more relationships, there was an uptick in relationships because, like Dr. Marquita said, that folks had time to just chill and get to know each other from a virtual platform. And so people were meeting that way. And then eventually, once things lightened up, some people took it to the next level and actually met face to face. And so, yeah, if you're one of those people that did that, I would love to hear how that went. 215-634-8065. That would be really cool to hear that. Yes. And if we talk to a couple of people, one person, Derek, is currently in a situationship, and we didn't define what that was. He wasn't specific about that, what that was, but folks are really out here trying to make it work, trying to make dating work. I have with me my sister, my friend, Dr. Marquita Williams. Yes. And last caller said, keep it burning.
Keep it burning and work on yourself. Those were his two takeaways.
Yes. And working on yourself, it looks different for everybody, right? Because some people, like we said, we have issues in different areas. But as long as you're committed to doing the work, I personally believe that when you get engulfed in the work of self, that's when God will send, you know what I mean, the person that you need. Even if it's a seasonal person, it ain't nothing wrong with a nice, good movie date. You know what I'm saying? A nice movie date, a nice dinner date that leaves on a positive vibe. You guys kind of see, you know what, this doesn't really make sense for our life, but it was so nice to meet you. There's power in that.
I love that, because a lot of times we think everybody that comes into our space is coming in for forever. And that's just not the case. And I think what you said about as you are committed to working on yourself, I believe that as well. God will send you the people who will help you to progress forward on that issue. Yeah. So, some of the conflicts that people have about grief and trauma or broken relationships and trust, God will send that very person into your life that helps you to examine that issue closer and how it's showing up for you, to allow you to work through it, to get to where you're going. And that might just be that person's whole purpose. They might not be there for forever, but they're there to help you for that moment. Be gracious, be grateful, take what you need, and keep it moving.
So I'll spill a tad of tea.
Come on with the tea. Come on.
In the saucer part, the run over a little bit. So I believe that there's a gentleman that, you know, in my space right now, I feel like, you know how it feels like a good old forever. It does. It's a nice. He's a nice gentleman, and we both have some. You know what I'm saying? We have some areas of hurt that we both brought to the table, and they're congruent. That's the crazy part. We went through the same thing with two different people. He went through it with a woman, and I went through it with a man. And it's crazy, but we believe again. We're just right here. We're not rushing nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't no hugging, kitchen touching. There ain't nothing going on. Yeah. I'm talking about we are there for each other. Wow. But ain't no physicality. It don't take all that. I want to know him and he wants to know me. You feel me? And so that's where we are. And so when those broken places arise, because they do, right? And me and he, we, you know, make our way over the joint and look. Now I don't have to feel like I lost anything if we decide this ain't a thing, because now you don't walk away with a piece of me, honey. Somebody, what's that? What's the four-color girl? Somebody stole my stuff.
Oh yes, walked away with all my stuff
stolen.
But you know what? I think the beauty in what you're saying is that perhaps, you know, you haven't gone through the same thing that he has gone through on a different level. The two of you have come together to support each other in emotional strength.
Yes.
Right? To just, you know, kind of, you know, confess the experience, talk about the hurt, have some catharsis with one another, and just move through it. Right?
Yes.
And when you know, get a little stronger, doesn't necessarily mean that you're stronger for each other, but it just means that sometimes we are better in the context of another person. I believe that wholeheartedly. I can be great and get through some of my issues, but in the context of another person, when the mirror is being held up every day, all day, it allows me a different level of self-introspection.
Yes. 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 And if that key component right there didn't give you the willies, if that didn't make you move, it's some more work you need to do. If self-introspection doesn't light your fire, there's some work that needs to be done. Learning you should always be exciting. You know what I mean? No matter what age you are, there's always more to be learned about self, more to be learned about others. And if you're experiencing that right now, I want to hear from you. 215-634-8065. Again, this is not just me and Dr. Marquita talking. You guys are welcome to join in. You're welcome to share as much as your experience as you feel comfortable sharing, and to ask questions. She did say that she's a psychologist. Get your free answers right now. Get your free answers right now. 315-634-8065. So since we've gotten through the first hour, it's actually time to transition into our second conversation.
Oh, okay.
Big love.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
My. Big love. So I let the folks know that I go by the big girl, beautiful, intelligent, and gifted, because it's about a lifestyle and not a size. However, I am curvy, unapologetically a curvy chick. And there are some presumptions about dating a curvy woman. There are some people that are like, it ain't for me. There's some people like, that's all I do, and I'm here for it. Let's discuss big love. We know we had this conversation with our good brother Donovan. I'm about to say Donovan McNabb. He ain't our brother. Donovan West.
Yes.
Big love. What say ye?
Oh, Lord have mercy. We did just have this conversation, and it is, you know, so much that's going on out here right now with the curvy or the plus size or big girls. You know, I think that we are in a moment in time where body positivity and inclusion is at an all-time high. And so you're seeing more women of size that are out and about, you know, proud, flaunting themselves, you know, from one continuum to the other end. And I'm happy for this moment. But I'm also very cautious in this moment because I think so many times, like you said, there have been this idea that, you know, full-figured women have been over-sexualized and sort of hidden, like, oh yeah, I have a preference for a curvier woman, but I don't want other people to know, so I'm going to hide her and see her on Tuesday night and take out, you know, this woman who is this, you know, societal ideal of beauty on a Saturday night. And, you know, bigger women have had to carry around these issues around self-esteem about, well, am I good enough, or am I beautiful enough, or, you know, what is it that I need to do that might not be go down to a size 2, but know that I'm deserving as love as well. And so now that we're in this moment in time where everybody's like, hey, big girl, you know, what's going on? I think that the caution is to, my mother always said, watch as well as pray. Like, understand that these are some of the same, individuals who may have hit you on Tuesday, and we have to know who we are at all times so you can see right through people's intentions, right? Because I own an organization called Loving My Curves. And Loving My Curves is really about helping women to love ourselves from the inside out. And beauty and fashion has been our platform, but we do a lot of empowerment and inspiration for big and tall men and curvy women. And I'm saying this because so many women slide messages into our DMs talking about getting all of this attention and not being sure that it's coming from a pure place. Not being sure that it's coming from a place that's validating, but it's coming from a place that's more curiosity.
Wow. That instantly made me think about, I can remember in my younger years, I met this one particular gentleman who made me feel like an experiment from the gate. And I didn't have the level of self-love that I possess now in order to, I should have stopped him from the door. I should have stopped him at hello, because even his approach was off. You know what I mean? The way he came at me from the beginning was off, but I didn't know who I was. And so it ended up horribly because he treated me like an experiment. That's the only way that I can make it. And I was just something, I felt like I was something to do. You know what I mean? He had no real intentions for me. And again, like, this was back in my early 20s, but it hurt so bad because it was like, I've never tried one of you before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One of you. Like, I ain't no bull ride.
What does that mean? Right. It's like somebody dating outside of their race.
Exactly.
Say, I've never dated a person outside of my race. Let me see what it's like.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Again, but when that self-love is on fleek, and had I known, back to lesson number one, back to my first day, if I knew then what I know now, that sucker would have seen the back of me walking away and never heard from me again. Because, honey, you come on with that today, honey, you want to get a no counseling session and a referral to Dr. Marquita Williams.
I understand, right? What's so funny about that for me, I've always been, what you would consider plus size or curvy or a big girl my entire life, right? But it never dawned on me that there was something wrong with that, ever. Because I came from a household that said, you are the most beautiful, chocolate, intelligent, brilliant young lady, and you can do every, and all things.
Oh my goodness.
And I got that from my mother and my father. And the proof of that was I was the president of every grade from middle school to I graduated from high school and on into college. Like, I just always was like, oh yeah, of course, I'm beautiful. And I think there's something to be said about that in terms of the energy that you put out into the world and who you attract. Because I hadn't had the experience, not until I think like late, like in my 30s, I think I met a guy and he was like, oh, I never dated a big girl, but I'm here for it. And I'm like, oh, I'm not. I see you. Right. But like, I just always had men that were just attracted to everything that I was. And so that was more affirmation about, well, yes, of course, right? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you be?
Right. So my situation was a little bit different because God, my mommy, God rest both of our mothers, sweet, amazing souls, right? My mommy did the same thing. Even had the daily, before you leave my house, I am smart, I am beautiful, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? And I said it so begrudgingly. Now that I think about it, I am smart, I am beautiful, and I can do all things through Christ. You know what I'm saying? Now, we believe in affirmations, right?
Yes.
And so she would make me affirm myself, but I remember vividly, the first time where I realized that the world didn't feel for me the way my mama did. And I fell so hard because it was like, what do you mean that you don't think I'm smart? What do you mean I'm not beautiful? What do you mean I can't do all things through Christ who strengthens me? What do you mean you don't have that same mantra? Because I thought this was like, how you go to school and say, I pledge allegiance. I thought that was what all the moms did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wake up, you get dressed, your mom makes sure you look nice, and you affirm yourself, and you walk out the door.
Yes.
I had no idea that there were people who had not had that experience. And so when I fell hard. So there was the chubby chick mentality, and then there was also, I'm not as good of a person, you know what I mean? I thought that I wasn't as good because people did not receive that positivity that I was putting out. It was like, you so happy. Why you so jealous? Why you so extra? Why you so smiling all the time? Why you so...
I got that. I did get that.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that sad?
It is. And it will make you question, like, well, wait a minute. I thought happy was good. Like, I thought.
Exactly.
But you know what that taught me? I moved to New York during graduate school.
Okay.
And I went to New York City with this happy, smiley, hug everybody way about me, right? And some of the women who lived in my same like dorm apartment complex, I would go to class with. And one day, one of the women said, "What? Why are you always so hugging me all the time? What's going on with that?" And then I ran into a guy who said the same thing. He was like, "Why are you so happy? Why are you so smiley?" And it shook me for a moment, like, wow, is that something that I shouldn't be doing? Should I shift that? Should I change that? But where I landed, and thank God, was that means I need to change my circle. I need to find my tribe of people who respect and appreciate happy, who respect and appreciate a hug, and then spend my time with them so we can love on each other, hug each other, and smile at each other. Because what I'm not going to do is worry myself trying to hug you while you shirking off, because that creates a whole other complex and situation about me questioning me. And that's a value of mine. But if you're not clear about it, people will have you question your values all the time, and particularly in relationships.
That's right. That's right. Nobody's going to dim these lights. Okay. We got Z on line 1. What's up, Z? Z?
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Hi. I'm that Z that called a few days ago.
Hi, Z.
Hi. When we were talking about what I know now, if I'd known then, or something like that. And I'm enjoying your show. I know you're replacing Sister Andrea, but you need your show. You need your own spot because I'm enjoying this exchange so much. But we need a forum just for sisters where we could get together at some point after this COVID stuff and just talk about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because my issue is I'm 70 years old, but the younger men are attracted to me.
That's an issue?
And I can't, it's just, I can't even, some of the stories I can't even tell you.
How young we talking, Miss Z? Now, come on, how young we talking?
Oh, my gosh. The person I'm with now, well, kind of, sort of, I'm kind of pushing myself back. I was 66 when we met. He did not believe I was 66.
Because you must have been taking care of yourself, Ms. Z.
Yes, and he was, I think, 45.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
And so now, no, wait a minute, he might have been 40-something. But I know one thing, there's a 21-year difference.
Okay.
And I aged, but I'm kind of on my way out of it. I'm 70 now.
Wow.
And I walk the street and people say, they don't want to believe it because, I do take care of myself. And, I guess it's my personality. But I was at an event a few weeks ago and ran into this Caribbean brother who's about 17 years younger than me. And now oh, my gosh, it's like I can't even. I couldn't get all the guys I wanted one because the younger one just.
Well, Missy, first and foremost, I love the fact that you're giving me life because you've taken that good care of your body. You know what I'm saying? And not just your body, your mind. You know what I'm saying? That you would attract the younger energy because they're not just coming to you just for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you as well.
And I tell them, look, I'm not your mom. I'm not your grandmother. You know,
that's not why they're trying to talk to you. They don't think
you
that.
You don't have any wrinkles. You don't have any this. You don't have any that. you know, I'm a little shorter and older and a little thicker. But they say, you know, oh, no, you're perfect the way you are. But, and they know I'm not coming up off no money. That's just about I'm not coming up off no money for nobody, okay? But I'm enjoying this so much, and I wasn't going to call in.
Miss Z, before you go, you know that there are some younger men that's looking for a little ATM. So I'm glad you got your wits about you. Okay? Thank you, Miss Z.
Okay, thanks.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
I am loving. I'm so glad she called back. You know what? Because I hadn't added her to my second list. I've been shouting out everybody that calls in every single day I come on. You know what I mean? Making sure that I let them know that I feel the love because I'm loving their energy. I love when they call in. If you haven't called yet, you want to add your name to that list. 215-634-8065. 215-634-8065. Myself and Dr. Marquita Williams are here, and we are talking about, we've already talked about the state of dating, but you're willing to chime in there. We tackled a little bit about situationships and relationships. We define goo-gobs.
Everybody knows what goo-gobs is.
Exactly. It means a whole lot.
Yes.
We had some good conversations. We're tapping into big love as we prepare to go into our commercial break. We're tapping into big love, and what we mean by big love is love with a plus-size man or woman. Yeah. Is it your thing? Is it something that you're into? Is it something that you're like, I'll pass? If you say you pass, I want to know why. Spill the tea, all right?
And if you say you pass, I'm going to tell you, you ain't never lived.
You ain't lived until.
Never lived, honey.
So I'll let you in on a little sister tea of me and Dr. Marquita. So Dr. Marquita is a lover of the plus man, whereas your girl Desi, I'm a lover of the slimmy. You know what I mean? Like I like the little pole, and she likes the tree stuff.
I like a man that has some substance to him. You know, you walk in the room, you like, okay, this is a man. He gonna eat a steak. He gonna eat. You know, he commands the space that he fills the space.
Yes.
I keep trying to tell my sister here.
Tell him.
Come on and walk down the street that I'm on. Because it's just nothing like a man that, you know, that just, I think bigger men, or just men, you know, they don't have to be a big man, but just a man that has some substance. Because I'm a bigger woman, you feel safe, you feel secure, you know, you feel comfortable when they put their arms around you and they hold you. You can kind of melt into that hug. You know, it's just my preference, because if, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm picking you up and putting you on my hip, like, you know, oh, let me come here, little baby, let me, I can't do that.
On that note, I'm going to commercial break because you are crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your girl Desi. You're tuned into The Source. We are having a blast on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stay close.
Hey, WURD family. Did you hear? It's official. The Colorectal Cancer Alliance just announced the new age for colon cancer screenings has been officially lowered to age 45 for everyone. If you are 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Go to WURDradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner to register for your free at-home screening test. Did you know colon cancer is largely preventable with on-time screening? And there's a 90% survival rate when caught early. African Americans are 20% more likely to get colon cancer and about 40% more likely to die from it than most other groups. So for the next 3 months, you can go to WURDradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner for your free at-home screening test. A screening navigator will contact you to ask a few questions and help you get screened. It's that simple. Again, just go to WURDradio.com, click on the Go to Know banner, and fill out the form to request your free at-home screening test. Go to Know today. Build skills needed for employment through the Philadelphia Skills Forward Initiative, a free upskilling program for workers displaced by the pandemic, those whose jobs are at risk for automation, and Black and brown workers. Complete courses focused on digital literacy, career management, and professional skills for a successful career. Get started today at chamberphl.com.
James Schuler Boxing Gym is now offering youth and teen boxing classes beginning Saturday, July 31st. Gain confidence, body strength, camaraderie, and boxing skills. Physical fitness is great for mental and physical health. Go to jamesschulerboxing.com for more info and registration, or call 215-399-7483. That number again is 215-399-7483.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio.
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Join WURD for the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. This year, we celebrate West Oak Lane, Mantua, North, West, and South Philly. Tiffany Bacon will broadcast live from a different neighborhood each Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Our next stop is West Oak Lane at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. Win concert tickets, meet special guests, and stand with WURD. Be a part of the movement to amplify the voice of the Black community. Show your support and join or renew your 4WURD membership on the site. That's the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour at West Oak Lane Senior Center from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, Friday, August 20th. Be there. WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? It's your girl, Desi. Welcome back to The Source. I'm your girl, Desi, guest starring for Andrea Lawful Sanders. Thank you so much, sister, for this opportunity to guest star for you. It's been an absolute blast, and I am joined by my co-host for the day, Dr. Marquita Williams. So you guys, we had 3 folks with us yesterday, but honey, we are holding our own and driving this train and having a good time doing it.
Yes,
we're talking love and relationships on my final day with you guys, which is today, and it's going down. It's going
Ms.
down.
Z,
So
I am still reeling from Miss Z. I love everything she said.
Miss Z is all that, okay?
Yes, May, December romance. Maybe that's something we got to think about too.
How about it? Yes. I love the fact that, you know what I mean, she is manifesting that energy even in her 70s. You know what I'm saying? That people, they're still drawn to her.
Yes.
And again, Miss V, you know, you might have that body. I don't know what's going on, but it's not just that. It's your energy. You know what I mean? You are drawing that positivity to you.
Yes.
So Miss V must be hot to trot in these streets. All right, guys, we're continuing about big love. We transitioned from the state of dating into big love conversation. We're talking about dating a plus-size man or woman. If you are currently dating a plus-size man or woman, or you want to talk about your experience because you are plus-size, 215-634-8065. Again, 215-634-8065. So, more comments in regards to big love, Dr. Marquita?
So when we were going to break, I was talking about my preference and yours, but you did not get a chance to get in on your preference. I just said, you know, I love a man that has some substance, I will call it, to him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I used to only, and I mean only, I was staunch to this. I would only date very tall, very dark skinned, bow-legged, with chinky eyes and a pointy nose.
Lord have mercy.
I'm talking about
Lord.
Cookie, I've been helped. I have since been helped. Amen. But it was a look, and that look went. It must have been like, this look equals a creep. You know. This look equals a creep, because I'm telling you, everybody that fit that list to the T mishandled me tremendously. Oh. You know what I mean? They took a piece of my heart. Some of them took a piece of my stuff. Huh? You know what I mean? Let's be real. And it was like, what I was left with was, I had to mend from the brokenness, but as I get older, right? And you shouldn't have to continue to be mishandled over and over and over and over for it to click for you to say, you know what? I need to get my very self together. And so now it's not that I've released, like, I don't have no taste, because mother still got a piece of taste, you know?
Yes.
But now it's like, I like the way you treat me. I like the way you speak to me.
Period.
I like the way you love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like the way you walk in your purpose. We got Charles on the line. Charles, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to fuss at Desi for a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Des, this is Charles Gregory, and I'm offended that you only like, you don't like us 500, 750 pound guys. What's going on with that?
Used to.
I see used to, Charles. I promise you, I got myself together because that person I described used to hurt me so bad, Charles.
So there's room.
Yes, Charles. So have you dated plus size women, Charles?
Of course. I think everybody. What you say?
What's your experience?
Everything is the same. I mean, I think they love harder. Maybe that's a stereotype. I'm not sure, but I'm just telling you about my experience. They love harder. They're more affectionate. I feel sometimes that they try to prove something that they don't need to, because I think society puts them in a box. And I think most guys actually love plus size women. And I think that's what it is, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And
on the high end, on the low.
Absolutely, on the high.
Say it again for the people in the back, Charles.
TV. It's just TV. It's called commercialized, so I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yes. We appreciate you, Charles. Thank you for that.
No problem. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Shout out to Charles. You know what? I had a conversation. I meant to bring this up earlier. I had a conversation with one of my good brothers. Actually, we were at a comedy show backstage, and we were talking. And he said, you know what? He said, I'm so sick of seeing fake women. He said, it ain't nothing like a good old fupa and a stretch mark. And I was like, oh my God. Wait a minute.
We as women worry more about that than men do.
Exactly. He said it ain't nothing like a little pouch and a stretch mark. He said because it's just he said for me it gives me relaxation. It's peaceful. It's a real woman, and I don't want to see no woman that done got you went as far as to get your stretch marks off. Sis, what are you doing? Wow, a fupa and a stretch mark. Okay,
but you know what? That's a testament to just being your full self, right? Yes. And all of your perfect imperfections. Yes. You have the courage to just be all that you are. You are going to attract people who also will love and appreciate you for all that you are.
Yes, indeed. I remember I had a friend growing up, and she had a Gap. And back when we were younger, you had your little thing. You name people by their issue. You know what I'm saying? Who Mark, Fat Mark? Who Joshua? Who Joshua, Skinny Joshua? Who Tyrone, Bucktooth Tyrone? You know what I'm saying? You call people, but that's how kids are so mean.
That is terrible, but you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And so this person had a Gap. And so I remember when they were just so upset that they went and got braces. And when we would see, years later, we saw each other, and it was like, what happened to my friend?
Right.
The very thing that was the identifying factor, that there was so much beauty in it, and once it was gone, we all realized, like, no, bring it back. Like, no, we liked your Gap, but we never took the time to say it then. We didn't take the time to say it when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? So now this person's an adult. We like, dang, man, the Gap is gone, but it's a signature. I will never, ever, I love my freckles. I love my freckles.
We love your freckles.
Yes. I used to be called Yucky Birdie Doo-Doo Face, Frankensteckle, Wendy, all type of stuff. And it wasn't until, now this is a shame, but ain't this how it always go? It wasn't until somebody that I adored from afar told me how beautiful them things is. Look, them things, them things is on your face.
Them things on your face.
And baby, honey, next thing I know, I was getting my Clearasil and washing it all in my face. And you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted them to stand out,
Yeah.
But it wasn't until somebody else affirmed it that when I should have been affirming it all myself. And we just said our parents were affirming us all the whole time.
But you know what? That goes a long way towards talking about how we treat each other, right? Yeah. As soon as he said, ooh, them things, I love them things, all of a sudden you saw your reflection in his eyes.
Yeah.
So what if we did that for one another, right? Instead of always talking about the things that are deficits or, tearing each other down because, we don't fit whatever the framework is, but just like, loving on you for what it is that you are. Now, everything that the other person is might not be agreeable to you, might not be compatible with you, right?
Right.
But exercising grace and compassion and giving a little bit of love goes a long way. So if me and you do that with each other, and then we do it with the person next to us, and they do it with the person next to them, imagine what kind of community we could create.
That's right. That's right. It's infectious. It's going to be infectious. And you know, the same thing I did Nicetown Community Festival last weekend. I sang at the community festival.
I saw you.
Thank you.
Doing your Jill Scott set. It was amazing.
Thank you. And ended the set with Commodores, Jesus is Love, right? And at the end of the song, I remember saying, I still believe, you know, I still believe in the community. I still believe that we can get things done. I still believe that peace and positivity is infectious. I said, hug, sons. I mean, fathers. Kiss and hug your sons. Love your children. I said, there's programmatic stuff that needs to happen in our communities, but I'm telling you, love goes so far. Complimenting. When's the last time, you know what I'm saying, honestly, for you, those of you who are listening, that you watched a young boy, young girl walk down the street, and besides, you know, disagreeing with the fashion choices, which are still, you know, questionable because I don't understand the hoodie in the summer, but whatever, and said, you are so beautiful, or you are a handsome young man. You know what I'm saying? Head up, King. Put your head up, King. Or something to make them think that you're thinking anything except these kids don't know what they're doing, or these little trifling kids, but something. You know what I mean? And it's a shame because some of the kids might not even know how to receive it.
Absolutely. And then the kids don't know how to receive it, grow up to be grown men and women who don't know how to receive it. Yes. Right? So imagine if we started speaking life earlier, the kind of resolve and personhood that we can strengthen in each other, you know, as kids, as we move into adults. So often, you know, I run into men, and, you know, since we're talking about dating, who it's clear that they have been loved incorrectly. So in turn, my need for them to be able to love me correctly is, you know, compromised, because there has to be a whole learning and unlearning process that has to happen to get to a baseline. So I need some of us sisters out here to just do a little loving on ourselves so we can love, you know, our fellas a little bit better, and so that then they can love us a bit better. Like it's bi-directional.
And there is power in the thank you. Ladies, go back to think. A lot of my friends, a lot of my male friends, you know what they say? I got a woman, she don't never thank me.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Show some appreciation, ladies, because it's women like me who take out their own trash. That's a lie. I was about to say, I take out my trash. I got a neighbor. Shout out to Mr. B. He about 70 years old. Mr. B take my trash out every Thursday. Thank you, Mr. B.
Thank you, Mr. B. Because I'm dragging these cans to the curb today. And I need Mr. B to roll up around here.
Right. So I can't say about the trash, but I will say, baby mother messed them knuckles up shoveling last winter. Let me tell you about that Slurpee snow. That Slurpee snow.
I don't even know what that is.
Girl, you know the snow where it done rained on top of the snow.
Oh.
4 or 5 inches of Slurpee. Baby. And it was nobody. First of all, last year, I ain't seen their child. I would have paid about $40, $50. That's how desperate I was. It was all Slurpee snow. I was driving that big old QX56 at the time, so I needed to get all this area out for my car. And baby, when I tell you shoveling some Slurpee snow, get your act right together. I'm telling you, I was so like,
you start talking kind and speaking sweet.
Okay. And guess what? The men watched me do it too.
Now that's the disheartening part. And that's all part of how we treat each other. You don't have to be in relationship with me to be in relation to me. Right?
Yeah.
You see I'm a woman out here shoveling Slurpee snow, whatever that is. You know, I'm not asking you to, you know, to do the whole thing, but at least offer some support and assistance. And the same way, you know, on the other side, I think that we have to listen to each other more. You know, and be open to communicating more, and be open to being honest. We've all had all kinds of circumstances that have led up to who we are today. And it's not, I think, it's not good enough to say, well, this is just how it is, right?
No.
This is how it is for you, but it doesn't mean that that's how it has to be for me. And let's be able to have some conversation about how it can be for us. Because if I stand on my side and say, well, this is just how it is for me, and you stand on your side and say, well, this is just how it is for me, well, there is no overlap. There's no, meeting in the middle. There's no compatibility because I'm standing on mine and you standing on yours.
You stand on yours, right. I'm a lover of the us. You know what I mean? Whether that us is friend, whether that us is professional, there's so much power in collaboration. What business do you know? You know what I mean? What company, for profit or nonprofit, that doesn't have to have an extended arm of another organization to assist in the work, a partnership, right? And so there's so much power in collaboration. What, please, Professor Dr. Latifa said it best, UNITY, huh? UNITY, it gets stuff done. It gets stuff done, honey. I couldn't do this show without you to say, girl.
And you know what? I'm always talking about co-creating. I think that we forget that we have the power within us to co-create whatever outcome we desire, right? As people. So if I'm with you and we're talking about a life that we want to manifest or something that we want to do, we have the power within us to push aside everything that everybody says it's supposed to be and co-create it into what we want it to be. So we can guard our tongue. Like I can be angry with you and not speak to you in a way that diminishes or devalues you in a way that breaks you down. You know, we can co-create something that at the end of the day is going to make me feel affirmed and you feel affirmed. And so this whole idea about how we treat one another and us co-creating our existence, I don't think we spend enough time talking about as a community when we're dating and married, and moving together. We just don't spend enough time.
All right, the lines are heating up again. We got 2 calls waiting. We got Prince and Zaire. Zaire, do not hang up. You know your girl is coming to you. What's up, Prince?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Welcome back, Prince.
Thank you. So here's the issue. And anytime she needs, them Omega men, Omega Psi 5 men that, come and move her snow, all she got to do is call us, But the thing about it is that we are trying to get that synergy back, where we're not just asked upon to do the physical labor like the slave master, but we're communicating so you wouldn't have to ask us. So this woman live movement, and I think the older women from 40 on up have let the younger woman kind of do some things that's detrimental, because men still want to open up the doors. Men still wear those nice Borsellini hats and get the shoe shine, for those classy women who understand that degree of that it takes to pamper yourself so you can't. Women used to fall in love with the shoes the man wore. Then if he could dance every day from cha-cha to the bop, oh my God, But now these lazy sisters, the ones who walk around with slippers on, with the fur on them, and bonnets on their head, and half naked, men driving $100,000 cars. They saw all the videos about this and all this other stuff. But in real world, men making that kind of money with them $2 million houses, $3 million houses in Villanova, they don't want nothing to do with them women with slippers on their feet 24 hours in a day and bonnets on their head.
Prince, I thank you, because I thought I was crazy. Prince, we got to go through these commercial breaks, but I need you to stay with us, Prince, because we're going to tap into that. Zaire, I'm coming to you. Baby, it's heating up again. It's your girl, Desi, on The Source. WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stay close.
AARP is working to protect Americans 50 plus by making sure you have the latest information about the COVID-19 vaccines and the distribution plans in Pennsylvania. Just visit aarp.org/PA vaccine to learn who's eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine, when, where, and how to get it in Philadelphia and the rest of the Commonwealth, and what you might want to discuss with your doctor. That's aarp.org/PA vaccine. Philadelphia residents can stay cool this summer with Parks and Rec. Between public pools and spray grounds, there are over 150 free places to cool down and have fun this summer. Spray grounds are open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Pool hours vary by location. Visit phila.gov/PPR to find a pool or spray ground near you.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier.
That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lomax Reese, President and CEO of WURD. We're gearing up for our annual Founders Day celebration honoring the life and legacy of my dad, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. He was a man of many talents, a physician, entrepreneur, philanthropist, the founder of WURD, and most importantly to me, a great father. This year on Wednesday, August 25th from 5 to 6 p.m., the evening before our Founders Day celebration and street naming ceremony honoring my dad, we'll be hosting a virtual members-only conversation with the Lomax family. That's right. Me, my mom, and my brothers and sisters will gather to reflect on our father's amazing career and life. So WURD members, come hang out with me and my family on Wednesday, August 25th. RSVP today because space is limited. Go to wordradio.com and click on the Founders Day member-only event banner or call 215-425-7875. We hope to see you there.
This is not a fad for us. We will not resume our regular programming when things die down. We're not black to help our bottom line or because it's politically correct. We're not joining a fight. This has been our fight, our message, our people. Black lives have always mattered here. We are undeniably, indefatigably, unapologetically, permanently Black Talk Media. WURD.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio.
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? Welcome back to The Source. I'm your girl, Desi, guest hosting for Andrea Lawful Sanders, having an amazing time. And I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Dr. Marquita Williams, as we are talking about love and relationships. Is Prince still on the line? Prince, you still there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Prince. Now you said something. Yes, I can hear you. You got me shaking my phone like Prince, baby, because I thought it was me, Prince, because I'm one of those sisters. I'm one of those sisters, with me and my sister that are on here. We believe in making sure that we look a certain way. We believe that we, you know what I'm saying, we carry ourselves a certain way. And we respect a man. We are not into demasculating men. We respect a man who can hang a suit and has a shoe shine. But the days of old are going away, Prince.
Yes. But they're not. What happens is that it used to be regulatory to find this kind of man. Now it's an isolation because he doesn't want to deal with the foolishness. You see what I'm saying? And these men, and I think the women lose the quality in a man because they treat a woman so good. Christmas time comes, rent paid, like gifts for the kids. You know, he may not want to be a part of, but he a part of. You understand what I'm saying? You know,
where they at? Where they at, Prince? Huh? Where they at? Where they at? The cabaret or something, Prince? Where they at?
They don't even do cabarets no more because what has happened is that the younger woman do things for Happy Meals and stuff like that. Get meals done and eyes done and stuff like that. They've lost the value. They've lost the value of having things to build with. You see what I'm saying? You know, when you're part of a man who owns a business, whether it's the meat store on the corner or it's the grocery store or it's the tattoo place or the shop, he's running that business. And as long as he's running that business and he's good about that, you can get whatever. As long as you don't disrespect him, as long as you don't try to ruin him, bust the windows out of his car, bust the windows out of his business. But now you've had so many people who have learned the trade of taking men to family court and getting whatever you can out of them through family court, having kids that you don't care about, but you care about the check from family court. And that's helped the divide of men dealing with women out here like women, because the system has intervened in a process where now you don't have any opportunities. I mean, you don't even have any on Girard Avenue. No more shoe shops, no more shoe stores, no more clothing stores, no more fur coat stores that black people used to be, used to
baby. Yeah.
Ballrooms and stuff like that. So I think the older woman, 40 to 70, needs to reel in the younger lady and give them some, because only time we can find them is if they go to Spelman or if they go to Howard or if they go to Hampton. No. The young lady who don't desire to go to college should be willed in. And I can't say church should do a better job because they wear shorter dresses in church than they do out in the street. So y'all, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to listen because I know other people going to call in on this hot topic.
We got somebody holding down, but you dropped some nuggets and we're going to hit on them too. We not, you know me, I like to go back and listen and talk to speak to what you said. So yes, let's get Zaire. But I thank you for calling, Prince, because you've been calling me every day. I appreciate you. Where is Zaire?
Right here, dear.
Hey, Zaire.
Hey, ladies, I appreciate y'all and the platform that y'all standing in and the energy that you're giving off.
Thank you.
All to bring resolution to our conflict ongoing.
Yeah.
And this is my problem, and it's serious. I love big girls because the bigger they are, the better they are. But I'm just intrigued by this statement all women make, black women. And they say nice guys finish last.
Oh, goodness.
And that is their home part. And you be like, well, wait a minute, you confuse me. I think you say you want a nice guy. Then when a nice guy comes, he going to give you flowers. He going to value you. He going to entreat you a certain way. Like a life-giving entity. The only one, the best one. And then you turn around and you like, well, he's a nice guy. He can
Zaire, let me school you, Zaire. Let me pause you, Zaire. I got to. Because you are walking up my street right now. We just talked about it like a half an hour ago. She don't know who she is, Zaire. Because the person that I'm seeing right now, the man is on point. The man is on point, but I know who I am now. Right. And those sisters don't know who they are, because when you know who you are, you can't have a man who knows who he is and treat you a certain way and just write it off to nice guys finishing last. She don't know herself. Run.
Exactly.
Tell him, Doc.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We have to exercise a level of discernment. Go ahead, Zane.
Let me make this point. Excuse me. Let me just finish
please.
Because I like that thing. But one thing I think is the women, the older women, who gave the younger women that statement, and they sort of like the brother said, they live by getting the bag and nice guys finish last. That all disrupts and causes contention in the family structure. So I believe the women have to handle that and give them a different perspective, how to value themselves. So when you see a nice man and meet a nice man, you like, he's an ace. I'm not going, how they say I'm going to play him, he's the ace. But, hold him hard, and then treat him as somebody that sees you as you matter more than you know.
Yes. I hear your heart, Zaire.
Yes, thank you so much, Zaire.
You know what I mean? Yes.
I want to give you a hug.
I was just traumatized by that. I'm a little older than what I was, but they were saying that during the 80s. And here we is 40 years later. And black women from all walks of life, professional ones, the non-professional ones, the successful ones, they always seem to make that a point. And when black men hear that, real black men hear that, they say, wait a minute, like you said, that this sister don't value herself. She can't see me.
She can't see you.
How much am I going to lose to try to show her her value?
And that's the problem, because you shouldn't lose nothing, because after the first flower, if you don't see the residue of queen, if you don't see queen residue after the first flower, you walk. And that's what happens. Y'all don't walk after that first flower. Then you say, well, let me do dinner.
And then put my cape on and be Superman and try to heal these wounds.
Don't do no more. Black men don't walk. They do that because You a prized possession.
Some
You're
of us.
got to be in shape.
I said what I said.
And if they
Some of
meet
us.
you in the rough edge and all, they say, okay, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can reach this sister's conscience. I don't want a heart. She can keep her heart. I just want to reach her conscience where she could change her heart. But it just seems like they just keep preaching that gospel. Nice guys finish last.
But you know,
I want me a roughneck. What's the roughneck?
I appreciate you. I really do hear your heart, and I thank you for calling. You've been faithful too. These times that I've been here, you just opened up another can of worms. I smooches to you. Thank you, Zai.
Yes, thank you.
Great, thank you. Appreciate your time.
He just, and we about to go to this commercial break. We rolling, Dr. Marquis.
Yes, yes.
Chocolate and vanilla that done it again. Okay?
Yes, as always.
Always. But he got me into, I'm hearing this is the birth, not him, not you, Zai. Not you, Zaire. Don't take this wrong, because I'm hearing this conversation we just had and the little dialogue we just had was the birth of Captain Saberblank. Captain Saberblank don't stop till he get enough, Michael Jackson, huh? Captain Saberblank sometimes walk away without the tail. He done paid rent. He done paid Catholic school for the kids. He done, you done bought beds for everybody. And she treating you some type of way, but you should have walked away from the beginning. Why do these mean girls get these good guys?
And then the good girls, right?
Come on.
Talk about it. The ones who want to be a partner, want to, see you for the king that you are, build into you, be gracious to you. Then you get all of the residue from the fact that you done paid rent and paid Catholic school tuition and bought cars and everything else for these other ones. Then you got to pay for the sins of the ones that have gone before you. It's not right on either side. And what I'm going to say to that is frame of reference is everything, right? So when you come upon people who if they have not had examples in their life of what good men are and how men treat women in an affirming way, and conversely how women treat men in an affirming way, that's your first indicator that this is not a situation that's going to be viable for you. Because I can put my cape on and try to heal you and try to support you and try to love you, but if you have no frame of reference for the perspective that I'm coming from, if you can't see you in the way that I see you, the only thing you're going to do is waste my money and my time and my emotion.
Baby, you done took us into another commercial break. We heat up in here, okay? WURD, you tuned into the source. WURD, progressive Black Talk Media. Stay close.
Jefferson Health offers no-cost COVID-19 testing sites at St. Raymond of Pinafort Church. Testing is on Thursdays and Saturdays. The second testing location has been added at Richard Allen Preparatory Charter School. Testing is on Wednesdays and Fridays. For testing hours and more information, visit jeffersonhealth.org/community testing.
Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey. Brought to you by Comcast.
If you live in the city of Philadelphia, the rideshare company Lyft has an amazing program for people looking for work. Lyft Jobs Access provides free rides to job interviews, interview prep, and for the first 3 weeks of your new job. The Lyft Up program started in 2019 with the support of Goodwill Industries and United Way, but they also accept donations from the public as well. There are options to get a rideshare, a Lyft bike, or a Lyft scooter if they are available. It does take up to a week for your information to be processed, so give yourself some lead time to make your request. Visit Lyft.com, that's LYFT.com/liftup/programs for more information. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, this is Juanita, owners of JD's Auto Body and Painting. We're located at 6300 Wayne Avenue, right there at the intersection of Wayne and Washington Lane.
We really like to thank all you WURD listeners for the support that you've given our business, and we really hope to see you in the future.
JD, tell them about our products and services we have.
We have a new state-of-the-art paint shop along with our body shop and detail shop. We can help you with the dents and scratches from the winter season.
Come to JD's Auto Body and Painting. Come on out and check us out. We're still honoring that WURD 10% discount. Give us a call, 215-848-5949. Again, 215-848-5949.
Thanks again for supporting our business. We really appreciate you.
See you at JD's Auto Body and Painting.
WURD Founders Day. Don't miss our annual Founders Day live broadcast and celebration, Thursday, August 26th, honoring the life and legacy of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, featuring a very special broadcast of a ceremonial street naming for Dr. Lomax from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. at 1800 Wharton Street, the site of his first medical center.
Hosted by Charles Ellison.
The day will also include a series of virtual panels and conversations exploring health, wealth, and independent media. Start or renew your Forward membership on Founders Day at the special discounted rate of just $80. For more information about WURD Founders Day, visit WURDradio.com. WURD Radio Founders Day is brought to you by Pico, Keystone First, Bank of America, Ready Set Philly, Comcast, Brown's Family ShopRite, Temple University, and Councilmember Kenyatta Johnson, 2nd District. Stand with WURD Radio,
the only black-owned talk radio station in Pennsylvania.
Did you know you can join the Forward movement and amplify voices of the black community as a digital member for as low as $5 per month? Visit membership at wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875. We need you. Show your support. Start or renew your Forward membership today. This is WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Philadelphia.
Streaming live on WURDradio.com, the WURD Radio app.
Or watch live on WURD TV via Facebook and YouTube. WURD Radio, independent black media.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio,
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? It's your girl, Desi, and I'm back and tuned into The Source. Oh, my goodness. I am having a wonderful time. You know the conversation is good when you ain't worried about eating, but that's a lie, honey, because I just snuck. I just snuck and got me a little bit of lychee fruit and pineapple.
Oh, yum.
Yes, healthy choices. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm a big girl, but you know, we do it healthy, honey.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how much of the bomb this show is today. We have 3 people holding on the line to jump into this conversation. We have George, we have Ron and Reba. So Ron and Reba, do not hang up because you know I want to hear from you. We're talking to George. What's up, George?
Hey, George.
And how you ladies doing?
Great.
Listen, I usually don't feed into this here, but what Prince was saying was right. Is that a certain age group, anything under 40, now let me say anything under 35, their endearment is to be treated like trash. These young girls, the way they like to, it's called an endearment. And I didn't believe it till I started like being around these different nurses and all that there, and these practitioners and all. And they start to, oh yeah, you know, listen, if my boyfriend want me, it's like they go as far as to say, oh, my boyfriend told me he wanted me to do dude, and I had to do dude because he just came home, but my boyfriend loves me. And I asked him, I said, how do he love you to sleep with somebody else? It just don't make sense. But it's like every age bracket has a different way of doing things because the generation or 2 generations before that didn't teach them anything or tell them, this isn't the way you expose yourself. That's not true. You know, like you have a lot of people play the new pimp game with religion, you know, impregnate them, get the check, this, that, and the other. There's so many different ways that they play with women's emotions, but they pay for all that in the end. But, you know, and let's talk about the older. Is that I deal with a lot of elderly seniors, and they are sweet, kind, pleasant, thoughtful seniors. Women. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you say, boy, how pleasant they are. You know, it's really people that decent. I'm not talking about no 25. I'm talking about a couple hundred. These are sweet, kind, pleasant, older women. But you got some other women that's got money, education. The more education they have, had nice positions, they're the nastiest. They might start out nice, but believe me, you got a wolf. They don't know when to shut up. They always bragging about their degrees. And don't let one being retired and got a pension. Oh, I got my pension. Yeah, you worked 30 years and you don't have a man, you don't have a relationship. Now, they're miserable. I always ask myself when I see people, why is it that she's attractive and don't have a man?
the answer pop that little midget to be on your shoulder and say, yeah, you know what? Who gonna put up with her? You know, like we call them yak yak.
What, you talk about me? You talk about me, George?
You're not a yak yak, are you? Do you know when to keep your mouth shut?
Oh my God!
I don't.
I'm saying, you know
I don't know,
George.
That's subjective, George.
Okay,
I don't know.
well,
You know, everybody says, you know, it's different. You may say no, but another man may say, I like a woman with a mind. So I don't know.
It ain't about, we ain't talking about them ones who talking intellectually telling somebody a problem. I'm talking about one that complains about everything, don't know when to shut up.
You know.
That's what you call a yak yak. You know, and the more money they make, the more education they got, the more they become yak yaks. I'm talking about when they get older. You know, when they have, like, spent their career and then they retired, don't have no friends, their family don't want to mess with them because all they're worried about is being at the top. But when you don't have that job and that status no more, all that leave, trust me, they're the worst. The worst. I mean, their family don't even want to be around them. And that's pretty bad.
George, I wish I could keep you, but you know we got two people holding. But please tune in because we're gonna talk about it because your perspective counts.
You tell me the secret of those yak yaks because believe me, I'm always in the nailery. I get my feet done all the time.
The secret of the yak yak.
You hear them conversations, you be tricked up like, what? Really? Huh?
George, I got to go.
Have a good one, sweetheart. Appreciate it.
Thank you, George.
Bye, love. Ron, Jan is on too. Ron, what's up?
Hello, how you doing? First of all, my name is Dr. Love, and I'm not talking buffoonish. And the reason I am a lover is because I'm very intuitive, I'm very compassionate, I have a lot of energy, I'm like nature, a man, nature in motion. My mentality is that of compassion. It's not because of who they are to a degree. When I deal with a woman, it's because it's who I am. And because I am this way, if I'm not able to make her go back into a fetus mode on which she have come and she go back into that mode with comfort, I'm not talking sexually. If I'm not able to make her carry me, then I, from the jump street, already know what her mentality. The average woman holds the average man in contempt. Because the reason I say that, because he never take time to hear what she's saying, talk about. You cannot live on the past. You can bring that up. You have made mistakes in life. And sometimes it's not the man or either the woman. It's because people have not learned to accept. And when you learn to accept, you can take that female. Embrace can be as arousing as any other action. And so I'm blaming it out on this. It's about her mentality. It's about her mentality, but most of all, it's about me, the giver. And if she's not a receiver, then I'm not going to spend my time with her. And because of it, I look at females not as sexual objects, because only the woman can rock in this bosom. And the bosom is not sex. The bosom is her kindness, but the man must have some kind of awareness and treat her. If she's out of order, he can't change her. He got to change himself and move on. And with this, what Ryan is saying, I am a compassionate person. I don't know if you ever saw me. The age that I am, and I'm not bragging. My genes, I have good genes and a good mentality. I don't have indoctrination education, but the lady that raised me, she instilled in me compassion and all these things, and I am a lover. I sing, I do everything. And when I take a female out, I'm not looking for her to go to bed. I'm looking for her that I can have her carry me. And all the time, they may not like me like the way I may like them. But that's when it shows my secureness and to move on. When I leave this world, when I leave this world, the women that have had in contact with me, they will have to say that they are having an encounter with a good male that has been gentle and kind. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Come on. Yeah. Dr. Love, I appreciate you. I appreciate your essence, just the essence of your kingship. You spoke from, and don't nobody that's listening take this away the wrong way. You spoke from the kingship of your loins into the queenship of my bosom. And people who are mature enough, you understand that. He said that the bosom is love, the bosom is nurturance, right? And you spoke from the kingship of your loins. And I appreciate you. And I pray that those who you have mentored, the uncles and nephews and, you know, son or whoever, that you have instilled those things as well, because I appreciate you. If I didn't have more people on the line, I would keep talking to you. But I got to go. We got another person, Dr. Marquita. We got two more people.
Okay.
We got Reba, who's been patiently holding, and we got Woody. So, Reba, hey, girl.
Hey, you know what? Let's just talk about the elephant in the room, okay?
Okay.
Because we have people who have, women, for the most part, have been treated horribly for years and years and years, put up with a lot of nonsense from men, family, and just life in general, okay? When that fella said about the yakety woman and the woman who's nasty, sometimes, you know, I used to sit back and think about why a woman was nasty or act the way she acts. You know, sometimes I think it's because of how she was treated in her life, maybe from the man that she gave all to. And then he jumped up and he dogged her when she was doing and giving all that she could do and give. And now she figured like this, okay, my career is me now. I don't care about anybody else. And sometimes it's just so hard to get past hurt. And I know we have to get past hurt, but that's really the elephant in the room. And that's that hurt. That hurt and that forgiveness is so hard to do it because you can't trust people anymore. Because they take it from you, and then they want you to be forgiving and stop thinking about what they did to you. You know, and when they talk about the young women walking around with the slippers on, the bonnets, and so forth, well, they came from a hurt mom. You understand what I'm saying? Mom was hurting, still hurting, and can't talk about the hurt, which we should be able to say, you know what, I need you to watch out for this guy or that guy, and I need you to do this and that for yourself, because this could happen to you, so that you can watch out for certain things. But you know what? Another thing, the guy coming in with the flowers and the candy and all the wine and roses, watch out for him too, because you look up and there you go again, hurt again, because where he at? With somebody else. You know, and still coming home to you acting like it's all good. So, you know, we got to really look at all those variables too, because he's talking about the other three fellas, what they doing for women and what they this and that and the other. But women have done way more and beyond before a lot of these guys even went to wine and roses. You know, we've done it all. And they still be dogging us anyway, you know. So, I mean, getting past the hurt is where much prayer, okay? Much prayer. Much prayer comes in. We got to stay on our knees praying and ask the Lord to forgive us and forgive them for hurting us, you know, because it's just so much hurt in this world that's where a lot of this anger and stuff is stemming from. You got people in marriages and relationships, you wonder why they lonely, and they right in the house with somebody.
Exactly right.
Lonely.
And Reba, so let me say this. We started off the show talking about the state of dating 2021, and we named it broken. We said that the current state of dating is broken. And you know what I'm saying? We acknowledge, you know, that it's broken. But I want to, if I didn't have somebody else holding, this would turn into a full-fledged all-out session, honey, because you were two of the greatest. You were two of the greatest. And I'm telling you, I also hear your heart, as I heard Zaire's heart, and I hear that, you know what I'm saying? We have hurt in common. I'm going to share very briefly. My bounce back is on fleek, and I know it's only because of God. You know what I'm saying? And so I hear you. It does take much prayer. But yeah, I can't even go where I want to go because we got Woody holding. But let me tell you something, sis. I hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Reba,
and we're gonna circle back to it in the discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back. So stay listening, Reba, because we coming back. Okay.
Thank you, Reba.
All right, Woody. Where's Woody?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say it's a great program. I think there should be a show called Love.
Yes.
And I think you should be that show, because people really need to hear what's going on inside, because with love, you know, it's the word love is afraid of that pain. And in the barbershop today, I had a bunch of guys, and we're listening to your whole program, and they all were expressing, some laughing, some sad, some going this way and that way. It takes you back in time, and I just have to say that I was fortunate enough to have a mother that had 10 children, and she could love all 10 in a different way. And I never knew that until I grew up. I had to question and ask my brothers and sisters. I thought they all saw Mom the way I did. I was a little fat kid, and she knew that I like to eat. And it's still the same way today. If you're a good cook, they say a way to a man's heart is to his stomach. But I lost the weight, but that's an old saying. But it's the truth. If you have a woman that cares, that's part of that nurturing, that breast milk.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't stop there. It's an expression, and that expression comes into your heart, your spirit. It flows through your spine, down your spinal cord, into your central nervous system, and throughout your body. And it becomes a part of your DNA. It's just the way it is. It's only 4 letters, but that word is so powerful that the average person couldn't understand it. Now, I can say that all the women that I've ever met or loved, I still love. There's not an experience I've had with a woman that wasn't wonderful inside, even if we had arguments about this or that. You learn from each experience, because each woman is a different spirit.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
so
right.
In that expression, I'm listening to you two talk. You two are pretty close. The doctor and Miss Debbie, you guys are pretty close. So it's good to have you as a team, because your spirit, your team brings out a certain spirit within yourselves. It's first the love that you have for each other. I can feel that when you conversate. And the beauty of all of that is there is no love deeper than the love of that woman that birthed the human race into existence. Out of that black woman came everybody.
Yes, Woody is it for me. I'm here for Woody. I'm here for Woody.
Well, look, I'm just saying, you can stop by the barbershop anytime, right at the corner.
To the barbershop, what's the barbershop's name?
It's Woodard's Barbershop, and you can actually go online, www.barbershoptalk, letters HFD, stand like for HarryFrankDavid.org. And the phone number is 215-879-9935. Stop by, because conversation and dialogue, I call it barbershop talk, working on the head and in the head.
Yeah. I love it.
Excellent.
Woody, thank you so much for calling.
Yes, ma'am.
You have an amazing voice too, Woody. I've been in radio a long time, and you have a great voice, Woody.
Thank you. Well, listen, I can only give Cody Anderson, who was my customer and my dear friend. I wrote about him. I'm a writer in Philadelphia Real Home Magazine. Did a story on Cody. I really would like you to check it out. GoHomePhilly.com, and it's on page 83. It just shows the love from one man to another, an appreciation and salute for his life. Cody W. Anderson.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Woody.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, this is great. This is so good. Dr. Marquis, the lines are still hot, girl.
Oh, my
we got another person. I'm talking about back-to-back. This is absolutely amazing. Let me see who we got on the line now. Next up, we got Maurice. We got 2 more people, Maurice and Lola. Lola, don't hang up. I'm coming to you, Maurice. What's up?
It's the Southwest Maurice.
Hey, Maurice.
Yeah, you talking to the original lover.
The original.
So I can't be with you on that type of level, because I don't go under that unless we're best friends. I got to treat you, if we in love together and we're going to be a couple, we got to be best friends. That means I can tell you anything.
Yes. Anything.
Yes. Anything. We can have that trust. Yes. And I'm the type that if I'm in there looking at the football game, and you in the other room looking at lifestyle, guess what? I'm turning that game off. I'm going to sit right next to you and rub them feet while we watch some Lifetime.
Come on, Maurice.
You know what I mean?
Come on, Maurice.
I know the soul to a woman's heart. You know what I mean?
You say that to the Super Bowl. Come on,
you talking about a guy.
Yeah, we got to come in there and watch the Super Bowl.
We coming in with you.
Look, you talking to a guy that used to own a brothel, right?
Okay.
And I flipped that thing around, because I respect women so much. I say, you really don't want to be here. You only here because you have to be here. Let's see if we can turn that around. Let's get you a bank account. Let's take you from welfare to daycare.
Okay.
And that's what I did. When I worked there, I wasn't like people think brothel. I was a pimp. No, I wasn't a pimp. I was just there making sure everybody got their money and the way they're supposed to get it. Because I was raised up down there at 13th and Arch when that used to be the red light district.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's the only job I could get at that time. And I turned it into a whole different thing.
Okay.
My goodness. And you out that business now, right?
I'm totally out of that. But the best part was I at least got 35% of the women that was in it out of it.
Oh,
I didn't want them in there because I know they was just desperate. And I got them out of that desperate because they were too busy giving their money to their male friends. One girl owned 3 cars and she didn't have a driver's license. All her boyfriends were driving her cars because she didn't have a car. She paid for them, but they were driving. They was using her, and she didn't realize that these guys were using her. And I had to break it down to her. You know, when they lived with me, I cooked for them. I cooked and cleaned for them. You know, and I done had some beautiful relationships in times where, just like Woody, I'm still in love with the first.
Oh.
You know, and when I hear you ladies, you know, you guys got me falling in love again.
Oh.
Let me tell you,
That's our
y'all sound
job.
so good. You sound so good and vibrant. Because beauty is really, people got to understand, beauty is on the inside. I had to point out an example to these ladies. I said, you see that guy there that you calling ugly, but look at that beautiful woman with him. Why do you think he's with that woman? They couldn't think of it. You know why? Because he doesn't think he's ugly.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he's ugly. You don't think he's ugly. He don't. Them women see something you don't see. They see the beauty inside. So listen, I don't want to take up too much time because I know I got 2 of my favorite people on, North Philly and Lola. And I just want to say, hey, give Lola my number when I hang up, all right?
Okay. That's right. Look, we doing a dating show. We doing hookups.
All right, come on, Lola. Oh, this is so much fun. Dr. Marquita, are we not having a blast?
Oh, my God. This is the best time. Thank you.
Best ever. Come on, Lola. What's up, girl?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, Lola.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? It's been a pleasure listening to you guys all week. And Desi, I've been working. I work in corporate world, so I've been listening to you, but I wasn't able to call. So I said, let me call before she goes off, you know, for the weekend. So this is a great topic. And listen, I want to shout out to Maurice. Maurice, how are you? You know, but I will say this. I will say this. He said he treated his women really great, but they worked in a brothel. So I don't know how that kind of comes out. So I don't know. You know, he treated them great, but they still were sex workers. But
in the past.
Right. So I just want to get on to, I want to say one thing too to Prince, that 40 and 50 is not older women. I mean, I'm just reaching that age, up to near 40, and we're in the prime of our lives. That's not older. I mean, I would think that, 70, 80 maybe would be an older or a little seasoned, but not really, I take reference to the older thing.
Right.
But I wanted to, you know what I mean? So I wanted to say that a lot of women have been hurt in relationships, right? But what you have to do is you have to leave that baggage, because when you walk around, everybody is walking around hurt and wounded, right? And if everybody is not dealing with what has happened to them, then everybody's getting together hurt and wounded, and nobody's dealt with the issues that have hurt them in the past. And so what I've always done, you have to, you have to forgive, and you have to, maybe even if it's so bad, you got to seek therapy, but then you also just have to not take it into the next relationship and go into it with open eyes. But also you have to go reference to your gut. If you think something is wrong and you think something is the red flags are there, don't keep continuing a relationship for 2 or 3 years when you knew the 6 months that, this guy, I can't even go to his house. I don't know who his sister or parents are. Everybody is his cousin, and they all are beautiful. I mean, come on, stop it. You saw the red flags, so you have to be able to go on that, and it's not always good to just say, I'm in a relationship. Sometimes you have to be in a relationship with yourself.
Amen.
And then you can be in a relationship with other people. And then I also want to say this, that my mother and my grandmother and my aunts and stuff, to this day, we didn't do what they're doing out here now. So what Prince said is, no, that's not true. My generation, I don't know how old you ladies are, but my generation, we knew that you don't go outside with a bonnet, slippers on, and you went out presentable. My grandmother would always say, don't even go to the store presentable or looking, looking okay. Now, of course, I'm not saying I'm going to be dialed up.
Wait a minute, Lola, I got to stop you for a minute because we got to pay some bills. Do not hang up. Stay right on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stay close.
Yes.
Some see the world as it is. Others realize they have the power to change it, to see what's not there and fill in the blanks. At Penn Medicine, seeing things this way has always been our way. It's why we were able to make the impossible possible, detecting hidden tumors by making them glow. It's how we did the never been done, overcoming infertility with a uterine transplant. And it's how we made the unimaginable a reality, restoring sight to those with genetic blindness. Because to change the way things are to the way they could be means seeing things in ways no one else can. So our eyes are wide open to the possibilities before us. And the future is in focus more clearly than ever before. Penn Medicine, the ability to change the world, starts with seeing a new one. Discover more at pennmedicine.org.
In Philly, COVID-19 vaccines are safe, free, and effective. It protects you from contracting the COVID-19 virus. Vaccines do not change your DNA or contain microchips. Caribbean people are not immune to the deadly virus without COVID-19 vaccine shots, and it does not affect your immigration status. Join us for our back-to-school COVID-19 vaccination resource fair on Saturday, August 21st from 11 to 3 p.m. at Sturgis Recreation Center in Albany. Free food, school supplies, and vaccines. Visit www.caribbeancommunityinphiladelphia.com, Facebook or Instagram page.
Tune in this Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. for the Islam Today show with a perspective on moral guidance and Islamic principles and values.
The WURD Radio newsletter, keeping you informed, engaged, and connected. Sign up by visiting wordradio.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page and type your email address under Connect with Us. You'll receive the latest information on WURD Radio, messages from our president and CEO, Sarah Lomax Reese, exclusive articles and multimedia content, and resources. Stay informed with the WURD Radio newsletter.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio,
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
This year for Founders Day, WURD Radio will acknowledge 5 members of the community who represent the ideals, mission, and character of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. The 2021 WURD Founders Day Committee Impact Award recipients are the following: Mazzy Casher and Steve Pickens of Philly Truce, Veronica Hill Milborn of Spectrum Health Services, Lane Shea Miller White, Carlo Campbell, and Walter DeShields of Theater in the X, Pastor Alan E. Waller of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, and WURD's own Kwasa Mathis. Join on Founders Day, Thursday, August the 26th, when we honor the awardees during the Walter P. Lomax Jr. MD street naming ceremony at 11 a.m. WURD Radio is proud to support and acknowledge those who work tirelessly to uplift our community. Congratulations to all of the 2021 WURD Founders Day Community Impact Award recipients. WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? It's your girl, Desi, and we are back. We are back, and we are unapologetically black. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Love it.
Right. This is so good. First of all, do you see that it's almost 4 o'clock, Dr. Margita?
Sad. We are moving.
The time went like this. We've been talking about love and relationships. Apparently, the need has been prevalent, and I'm just so happy. So I've been guest starring for Dr. Look, I done gave a doctorship. Andrea Lawful Sanders all week long, and I really appreciate this opportunity. And I heard that I had some big shoes to fill, and apparently they are being filled properly. So to my sister, Andrea Lawful Sanders, thank you for the opportunity. It's been my pleasure to serve. Listeners, y'all have been amazing, honey. And we're going to jump right back in. So we've been talking love and relationships. We've hit everything.
Yes.
We literally have hit everything. Yes. But we honed in on hurt. We were talking about women, and Lola was the last caller that was on. Lola, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
So Lola, come on, bring it home. Bring it home, Lola. What else were you saying?
Well, I want to end with this. I want to say that women, I mean, there has been with the social media and TV and these reality shows that have shown young girls that is the way that they should go. No, that's not the way they should go. You can get more, what is it that's saying? You can get more bees with honey. And I think that a lot of things that have gone on in society has put an okay stamp of what we see today. But that's not how it is. There are a lot of women out there, like you guys were speaking earlier, like myself, like you guys, who we don't berate men. We don't humiliate them or down talk them. Because listen, how is that going to help the relationship? The black man, I grew up with my father. My father's still living. We are very close. I'm a daddy's girl. You cannot get what you need out of a relationship if you're tearing down a black man. And a lot of times they have come from a place where they, like you said, Desi, or the doctor, where they really don't know how to love because they haven't been loved right. So sometimes you got to pour into it a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying being taken advantage of, but sometimes you have to just give a little bit more, especially if you know that it's on good foundation. So that's what I want to say. And I also want to say, never give up on love. Never give up on love, and never give up, because it keeps you young and it keeps you out there and it keeps you open. That's what I want to say. And I have two teenage sons, and I always tell them, look for the good in a woman, because there is good in women, but you have to make sure, because a lot of these women have been hurt a lot, but we can overcome the hurt. We can.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Lola, you done opened up the floodgates for the sisters, because the sisters are in the building. Okay. They are on the line right now. Lola, thank you for your comments.
Okay. It's been great.
Thank you, Lola.
So we got Sheila and Sandra on the line. Sandra or Sandra, I'll find out when she answers. So let's start with Sheila. What's up, Sheila?
Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon to you, lady.
Hi,
beautiful
Sheila.
lady. Hi. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I've just been listening to different opinions and conversations, and they're interesting. One thing that I had to learn, and I'm older than 50, I'm older than 60. But one thing, a lot of people don't think so, but I am. But one thing I had to learn is, some of the things is, when you are dating and when you are looking for a mate, watch a person's energy. Watch it. Men watch a woman's energy, and men and women watch a man's energy. When I say that, I mean, for instance, if you're out on a date, and date really means that when all dates will not lead up to marriage. Sometimes dates really mean data. You're trying to find out information about this person first. Okay, so one of the things,
which is why. Let me jump in real quick. Which is why your first date shouldn't include sex. But that's just my opinion. Go ahead.
That's a whole other topic.
Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said, but okay. But anyway.
No, I was just saying, I was talking to the masses, just saying you're absolutely right, which is why that first date shouldn't be inclusive of sex.
Exactly. No, nowhere near. For instance, if you're out with someone and say you're in a restaurant or any setting, watch how they treat people who we would not, or who have lowly jobs. Say, for instance, watch how they treat the waitress. Watch how they treat the sanitation worker. Watch how they treat the homeless person on the street. Any person that most people would not see as good as, because the way they treat them, that's how eventually they will treat you. And I also had to learn that watch a person's energy if you tell them no. Watch how they're going to respond to you. If you tell them no, watch if they're going to react or if they're going to respond.
My.
And
I see that, honey.
R.C. Blake, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He wrote a book. He wrote two books. One called Queenology and another called Kingology. And that's what he was saying. Watch a person's energy. And I prayed and I asked the Lord, because I'm a widow, okay? And I prayed and I asked the Lord, if it's your will for me to have someone, let your will be done. If not, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. You just give me peace of mind.
Give me peace of mind.
Yes.
And the one thing I had to come to terms with is that, you know, we just have to ask the Lord to give us the spirit of discernment.
Yes.
Because I ask
it.
the Lord, show me a person's heart.
That's it. That's all we could do. Lola, I gotta go because I think
Sheila.
I know Sandra is on.
Thank you.
Sheila. We already talked to Lola.
Yes.
Sheila, thank you for your comments. I thank you for your wisdom and keep on hanging on, girl.
Yes.
All right. Is it Sandra or Sandra?
It's Sandra, but I don't mind.
Sandra.
It's Sandra, but Sandra's all right too.
What's up?
Well, look, I've been listening to you, and my comment is, I find that people, I have a problem with men who are still acting like they are 30 when they are 60, and not so much acting, but still have that mindset.
Yeah.
They haven't matured emotionally, and they just haven't matured. They're still thinking like they did 25 years ago. And I recently ran into a little situation where I invited a person over that I kind of knew. We had kind of knew one another, and he had done a favor for me. And so I invited him over on the 4th of July just to watch fireworks on TV, you know, and kind of get to know him. And he stepped out of line. He definitely stepped out of line.
Oh,
and I had to smack his hand. I had to let him know that no, I'm not that one. And now he has the nerve to have an attitude with me, but he stepped out of line.
So let me ask you a question.
Maybe when I was 25 or 30, that would have been cool. But I'm 70 now, and so that's not cool. I'm on a whole different level, and he's 63. So
he
he's
misunderstood
on a
the
whole different
invitation.
level.
Let me add, right. That's what I was about to say. Do you think he misunderstood the invitation? Because do you mind telling us what the favor was that you asked of him?
I got locked out of my house and couldn't get in my house, and I called him, and he came and went through the bathroom window. He was able to bring a ladder, and he went through the bathroom window and unlocked the door so I could get in my house.
So he was Superman.
He done said, I'm Superman now, so you owe me some fireworks, which is not correct. You don't owe him no fireworks. Was there any sha-na-na? So was there some sha-na-na when he walked in there? Was you giving him life? Like, could it have been misinterpreted, or he just tried it?
No, there was no way it could have been misinterpreted. I actually did not have any beer or liquor. I had some, but I didn't offer him any. I made a big container of iced tea. And we just sat there watching the fireworks on the 4th of July and talking. And I knew, when it got close to like 12 o'clock, I'm ready. Hey, it's time to go.
Right.
And that's when he made his move. And that's when, I got, I let him know. No.
Let that hand. That's right.
Right. That's right. Slap that hand and let's hit the door, brother, because you have stepped across the line. That's my problem with men today. They need to grow up.
Wow. Oh, it's so multi-layered. It's so multi-layered. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate you, and keep on slapping them hands.
Yes. Providing correction. That's all.
Provide correction when it's out of line. That's right.
Yes.
I hear Dr. Marquita. Baby, we got so many. Can't we recap them all? I mean, we literally are recapping all the way back from Prince, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 calls ago.
Oh my God, 10 calls. Oh, thank you guys for calling and listening and chiming in. I keep hearing the same themes though, right? I think Lola summed it up a little bit. Prince hit on it. Sheila, accountability, responsibility, and discernment. That is really what it's all about.
Let me jot that down. Say it again. Say it again.
Accountability, responsibility, and discernment, right? We have to be accountable to our own work. Somehow, we as a people, and I say that with all of us in mind, respectfully, have come to the idea that other people just have to put up with our stuff, right? Oh, I'm hurt. And I'm hurt serves as like the catch-all to say that I can do whatever I want to do to you. I can say whatever I want to say to you, and you're supposed to take it. What I want people to realize is you do not have the right to pour your trauma on me, right?
Oh,
do I need to say that again?
Can I slap people on Zoom? And
you don't have that right? But I think we give people permission when we continue to allow them to just dump and to dump and to dump. And so what I want to say is we have to be accountable to our own stuff, right? It's not pretty, it's not glamorous, but if you know that you are hurt, you know that you are carrying fear, you know that your walls are up, you know that you are not trusting, you have to do the work to deal with all of that stuff inside of you before you start going out and seeking connection with anybody else. And then the responsibility of it is that I have to keep you in mind while we're dating, right? If I know that I'm coming to you with all this stuff and it's unresolved, my responsibility is to hold my stuff in check so that I'm not constantly dumping it on you. And I'm not constantly expecting you to accept it and to receive it and to be okay with it. Because we're all adults and we have choices. And then the discernment part comes in is when you see what you're dealing with. And you communicate that like this is not agreeable to me. And no, we don't want to throw people away and walk off as soon as you see some evidence of hurt, but that we have to get on agreement about how you're going to work on your stuff and I'm going to be here to support you. How I'm going to work on my stuff and how you can be here to support me. And then maybe getting back to what we talked about earlier, we can co-create something that makes sense. But what we're not going to do is let you dump your trauma on me and think it's okay.
Baby.
Accountability, responsibility, and discernment.
You say, preach, Pastor. Pass the plate. Okay.
Pass the plate.
You did that. Do y'all see why this is one of my besties? Do you see why I am so thankful to God for giving me, you know what I mean, a close friend that makes sense. These conversations that y'all are hearing, I can get this at any time, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
We dwell in power. We dwell in our femininity. We dwell in our beauty. We bounce back. You know what I mean? We go through hurts and pains just like everybody else, but we choose to believe. We choose to believe love. And vanilla and chocolate gonna make it to the altar.
You gotta understand. Yes. We going right there in all of our glory. Yes.
You know, I feel like we're going to have to throw an event or something. And I'm serious. I got some venues on lock. Because listen, if y'all are serious about loving us, after this commercial break, we're going to tell you how you can keep in touch with both of us. Again, I'm just a guest host. I've been guest hosting for Andrea Lawful Sanders, but I am accessible. And we can put something together. We can do this love thing all the time.
All
because
day,
I feel like
all the
necessary. There are, I count 22 people from my list of callers between yesterday and today. Between Tuesday and today, who verify that this is needed conversation.
Yes, it is.
And who are grown and don't mind spending a little coin to come out and have a good time, eat some good food, and have some good conversation. So,
amen to that.
We're going to keep this love flowing. All right. On the other side, we're going to tell you how to get in touch with us. We're going to let you know how to keep up with us. Right now, we're going to take a little break. We're going to be right back because you're tuned into WURD, Progressive Black. Get it right. Talk media. Stay close.
I've done everything to stay healthy and protect my unborn child during COVID. The way I see it, getting vaccinated is one less risk to me and my baby's health for now and the future. Plus, free vaccines are available in my neighborhood. You don't even need an appointment. Just walk in. You have the power to finish this.
Visit pa.gov/COVID for more information. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Pack a picnic and enjoy a thrilling concert of live opera followed by a colorful fireworks display when Opera Philadelphia presents an evening of vocal fireworks at the Man. Opera stars Lawrence Brownlee and Michael Spires come together for a friendly sing-off of opera favorites and a few surprises. Tickets start at just $25 and parking is free. Opera Philadelphia at the Man for one night only. Thursday, August 26th. Buy tickets at operaphila.org.
The future depends on teachers. Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who will help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who will be the first in their family to graduate college. It all starts with teachers who meet challenges with creativity, who reinvent education for the future, who work towards a school system that lifts up every child, regardless of race, income, or zip code, and who enable the full potential of our students, our communities, and our country. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
This year for Founders Day, WURD Radio will acknowledge 5 members of the community who represent the ideals, mission, and character of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. The 2021 WURD Founders Day Community Impact Award recipients are Mazi Kasher and Steve Pickens of Philly Truce, Veronica Hill Milbourne of Spectrum Health Services, Lanish Miller-White, Carlo Campbell, and Walter DeShields of Theater in the X, Pastor Alan E. Waller of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, and WURD's own Kawesa Mathis. Join us on Founders Day, Thursday, August 26th, when we honor the awardees during the Walter P. Lomax Jr. MD street naming ceremony at 11 a.m. WURD Radio is proud to support and acknowledge those who work tirelessly to uplift our community. Congratulations to all of the 2021 WURD Founders Day Community Impact Award recipients.
You're listening to The Source
on WURD Radio.
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. What's up? You're tuned into The Source. I'm your girl, Desi, guest starring for Andrea Lawful Sanders, and I am here with my amazing co-host, Dr. Marquita Williams. Apparently, the hotness don't stop because we got 2 more people, and unfortunately, these are the last 2 callers that I can take for today because I want to ensure that you guys know how to get in touch with us, and if you're serious about keeping this conversation going, I want to have an event where we can all come out, so I'm going to give you an email address that you can email that says I'm interested, and then we'll return an email to you and we'll get it all planned out so we can hang together before we can't hang no more. Okay. We'll make it socially distant and safe and get it done. We have 2 people on the line. Let me check in right now. We got Malcolm and we got Viola, and I would ask that you guys keep it brief so we can make sure that we can get it in these 10 minutes. Malcolm.
Hi, how you doing? Desiree, Debbie, right?
Hi.
Yes,
Debbie,
yes. Yes, Debbie. I just kind of wanted to chime in on what I heard what Lola was saying earlier about relationships, and I just wanted to echo that because that's what makes the dating situation nowadays insane. Yes, a lot of people have been hurt. There's a lot of bitterness. And a lot of people are dragging their baggage from one relationship to another. There are so many people out here that shouldn't even be dating. Okay?
Yes, I agree.
I'm 58 and haven't dated in 15 years since my girlfriend died. So, and I just see continuously how it seems like male-female relationships are deteriorating. Even more since the last time I even dated. It seems like it's getting worse out here. But the bitterness, is real. And I'm seeing, I hate to say it because I'm not trying to bash my sisters, but there are websites, and I'm hearing stuff in a lot of these groups
there's a group called Clubhouse, and I'm hearing like a lot of toxic, just like toxic attitudes out here. Where a lot of the sisters out here are like raw. They are going hard, against black men. And it's a whole toxic atmosphere. I listen to a lot of conversations online in some of these groups, and it's getting really deep. I guess I'm a lot older now, but
Malcolm, I don't want to discredit you. I hear you. And again, I'm moving on because I want everybody included. But you're right. There are some women who have, because of their hurt, they've crossed over into that very dark and toxic place, and they want to remain there. You know what I mean? So
it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's tough. Thank you so much, Malcolm, for your call. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah, I'm still listening. You need to go over to YouTube. You see where I checked in. All right.
All right. Thank you. And last but definitely not least, let me tell you something about Miss Viola, Dr. Marquita. She's called me every time I've been on air, and she's my special. I said this earlier. Miss Viola.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Miss Viola.
I just want to say that I have enjoyed you the 3 days, and we hope that you will be back again, maybe for something quick instead of just having to sit in for someone on vacation. But I'm going to tell you, I am 73. My husband died 11 years ago. I dated someone for a short minute, 7 years after my husband passed away. And I tell you, I had to take him to meet my daughters before I could let anybody else see anyone. But, I mean, basically, I just would like to have somebody that wants to go places, travel somewhere. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be a very friendly relationship, but I know that I will be designated driver because I don't trust anybody else to drive me after having a rollover accident. So I just want to welcome you and glad that you were there at WURD, and you be blessed and have a great life the rest of your life, and you and your children together.
Thank you so much, Ms. Viola. I appreciate that.
For some reason or another, when I first saw you, I feel as though that I know you, and I really do. And if I don't know you, you were probably a young girl, but I believe I may have known your mother if your mother had red hair.
She did have red hair.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wow.
When I saw your face, I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "I know her, and I don't remember her name." But I think you went to Hill Freeman with my daughter Dorothy.
Oh wow!
But your mother had red hair because that's what stood out with her when I met your mother some years ago when you were probably in middle school, and that's how I know that your mother had red hair because I think I knew her when we were young girls.
Wow.
Okay. But you
see, this is why we all have to treat each other so good because the degrees of separation are so few.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
My
gosh.
So
I tell
few.
people all the time, you have to watch where you walk. When I used to tell my children that when they would leave home, I said, watch where you walk. And they would turn around and look at me as though like, what is she talking about? I said, you don't know who I know, and you don't know who knows you that you belong to.
Yes. That's right.
So, but I just wanted to let you know that I was happy to be able to share information with you for the 3 days that you were there.
Thank you so much.
I'm here at Cheney University with my cousins, so let me get into the financial aid. But I just wanted to make sure I got a call in before you left.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I'm waiting for the email, and I will write it down.
All right.
Yes, awesome. Yes. Okay, so let's get into it.
What a beautiful way to end up these days. Oh, that's amazing.
I know. So listen, we have exactly 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So I'm going to start off first of all because I know people need to hear it a couple of times with the email. DezzieBooking@gmail.com. DEZZ. So that's Dog Edward Zebra Ice Edward. Desi, not Debbie, because a couple of people call me Debbie this week. And I love the name Debbie, but my name is Desi. All right, DesiBooking@gmail.com. All you have to write is I'm interested. We want to keep this conversation going. It's something we do call Soul Chat, Dr. Marquita and I. And if you guys would like to actually come out, you know what I mean? If we get shut down again, we'll do it virtually. But if we have the opportunity to do this and you would come out, we'll make this a whole thing and have a good time. And we might even get a little bop in. Okay. All right, so make sure that you guys visit email DesiBooking@gmail.com. So, Dr. Marquita, how can people get in contact with you?
I am Dr. Marquita on all platforms. It's DrMarquita, Dr. Marquita at Gmail, on Instagram, on Twitter. DrMarquita.
All right, so your girl Desi is guest starring this week for Andrea Lawful Sanders on WURD, but you can hear me all the time if you'd like to. I actually do gospel radio on 97.1 FM, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, so check me out next Monday if you'd like, because I'm here, so you know I'm not there. And then on Sunday mornings with Patty Jackson, there's an inspiration hour from 8 to 9. And on 8:30, you can hear your girl Desi give my little nugget, my Sunday Soul Chat on WDAS-FM. So make sure that you guys keep in contact with me. This is so bittersweet. I really don't want to.
I know. It went by so quick. I just want to thank you for always inviting me and just sharing just beautiful energy and intellect and laughter. Thank you to WURD for giving us this opportunity. And thank you for all the callers and the text messages that I have been getting throughout this, this time on the radio to just share what I believe in my heart.
Yes. And then last but most definitely not least, to the one, the only radio vet, Tiffany Bacon. Yes. I love you. I love you to life. You have been a staple. I thank you for every radio opportunity that you've given, even if it's been to come on one of your shows and just to sit in. And so, yes, you know what I mean? We're team, we're dream team. And I love you. We are all three amazing women. You're doing an amazing job. I'm super proud of you.
We are proud of you, Tiff.
Yes, we are so proud of you. So thank you for this opportunity. To Andrea Lawful Sanders in your absence. Yes. Although we're not good old cookie crunch and good girlfriends, honey, I know that they call you mother.
Yes, and she is awesome.
And we're twin spirits. We've only got to be in each other's energy one time in an event, and I love every bit of her. She is unapologetically Black, unapologetically queen, and unapologetically dope, and I love you for that. So she's living her best life right now. I've been watching her little videos. They are having a blast.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's having a blast. So, ladies and gentlemen, DesiBooking@gmail.com. If you want to book me, you can do that too. DesiBooking@gmail.com. It's been my absolute pleasure. To Mike, who is the producer of the show. Mike, you've been awesome. Thank you for every text message. Thank you for every live read. Thank you so much, Mike C, for just rocking out with me. And I really enjoyed this opportunity. Y'all know what to do till next time. Holla at your big girl. That's beautiful, intelligent, and gifted. Don't you dare get it twisted. You're listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Peace. Yay!